857 Video Game Podcast.
Oh, welcome to Level 857 Video Game Podcast, the highest level for raw, unfiltered gaming commentary, and the only podcast on the net right now where all the hosts have a favorite beer that they love to drink. Favorite beer.
No, that's a bad intro, dude.
Yeah, it's
really bad.
I don't have a favorite beer.
I've seen podcasts and channels where there's like a lot of non-drinkers. It's a mix between drinkers
All right,
and
continue the
non-drinkers.
intro.
It's like that.
Okay.
With Turbo 857.
Grape soda. Sticks.
Algae 857.
The 23rd Stallion.
And the greatest in the world, your boy Big Chalk. What up?
Oh, we said greatest in the
Greatest.
world. I like
Whoa,
that.
word.
I like that. I like that. I like
And
that.
just as a quick reminder, despite the fact that we are available on most podcasting services, whether you're looking at us on your smartphone, laptop, PC, doesn't really matter. Radio Public is what you want to try to download and follow us on to show us the most support. But we are everywhere because that's how Level 857 gets down.
Also available on Tinder.
What?
For all the ladies watching, you know.
Sticks, go.
Wow.
You gotta put yourself out there.
Just look for sticks.
Yeah, so, I guess nobody's watching now.
That's messed up. What do you mean?
For the too late.
I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say.
Well, you're gonna have to have something to say because we're gonna go over what we've been playing since last time.
I like that little segue there that you just did.
That was
cool.
Segue. 50.
I'll go first because
Curtis.
I really am not playing anything.
Really?
The only thing I'm playing is Marked for Death with you fools. Was going to start Resident Evil 2 Remake today, but I chickened out. Because I need more time. I can't just do like an hour.
You gotta get prepared.
No, you can't.
I need like if I'm off for an entire day, which is probably tomorrow, I might do it. I just need to like get in that mode because I can knock out.
I want to see you play.
You can't do an hour, man. You can't do an hour.
I can knock
couldn't.
like a hot 5 hours I need with that game. So that's definitely going to be happening by the next time our next podcast airs. I'll have a couple of hours in that game. But other than that, just Dragon Mark for Death and Smash Brothers whooping some asses with Turbo 857.
I seen
and
it.
Tag team.
Yep.
It was vicious. It was bad.
Yep.
Like, they had a 2-on-1 lead and still lost.
That's right.
They had, 3 lives between them and you wiped them out?
That's right.
So wiped them out.
Toe tags.
There was times where it
Come
was
find us.
2 people on 1 and we still killed them.
Toe tags. Step your game up. Y'all suck. But that's it.
That's all you got?
That's
If
all I
you
got.
watch the Instagram story, you'll see behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's
All
right.
the action.
I might as well go next because I'm not really playing too much. But I actually purchased Katana Zero. Highly recommended game.
Katana
Zero.
And I beat it in one sitting.
That's when the guys wearing purple.
Huh?
Katana Zero, does he wear purple?
It's a purple. The cover art is purple.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it's a good game, man.
How long was it?
It's like I beat it in about 4.5 hours.
One sitting.
But
Goddamn.
it's
Kinda
fun.
like Tokyo
I want to play it again.
Yeah, right.
I want to play it again. That's how good it is. It's very old. It's a mixture of if you guys ever played Hotline Miami, you ever seen
I know that one with the music. The music.
It's like that and like
It's overhead.
huh?
It's overhead.
No, it's side scrolling though.
Okay.
It's side scrolling like a Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah.
It's got a Strider type of vibe to it.
Like the messengers.
It's pretty cool, but it's so one hit kill. And like and it, like when you die, it reverses through your whole thing. So it's almost like a puzzle kind of
I've seen that.
because you gotta like attack at the right time and
Yeah.
like it's so much fun, man.
I've seen it. It looks pretty
It's
cool.
so much fun. And then you got a slowdown meter,
Yeah.
so you could do like bullet time, like slow motion.
That's kind of cool.
I've seen it. It looks
Yeah.
pretty
Not
cool.
bad.
That's what's up.
It was really really fun.
All right.
Other than that, what else? Oh, Portal 2 with Big Choco, who's been streaming that. Very tough fucking game.
Yep. Yeah.
You guys almost done
Very
with that?
tough. Actually, we're close to the end. We're
Chamber 5, I think.
Chamber 5, which is there's 6 chambers.
How many courses though?
Chamber 5, I think, has 8.
8 or 9.
How's that?
Yeah.
Each chamber has like 8 or 9 courses.
I thought a course has chambers.
I can't remember, man.
I was like,
No. The chambers is like it's like the overworld basically. You go to
Chambers to
overworld,
overworld.
and then the chambers are an overworld, and then there's stages within the chamber.
Okay.
I would have broke that game a long time ago.
Man, that game's rough.
But it's a puzzle just to get to the freaking just to get to the chamber. It's
Yeah.
like, what the hell?
I have one question for that game though.
Uh oh.
Is the cake real?
Oh, that's the wrong game, man.
It's
What?
real.
That was in the first game.
I know. They didn't tell me though. I wouldn't know.
It's a lie. It's a
Is it
lie.
real? It's a lie.
Cake is a lie.
It is a lie.
Yeah. Spoiler
The
alert.
cake is alive.
Damn.
As far as what I was playing, I actually did play something. Surprise! Surprise.
Give him a hand, guys. Give him a
I got a
hand.
backlog of games that I got to play.
Lies,
So-
lies.
So this is a game I bought maybe about a year and a half or two ago. So indie game named Inside got a lot of awards.
Oh.
It was one of the big games that was released indie wise back in the day. But finally got around to it. I played Limbo, which was another game that was before that, and it's similar to it as far as atmosphere because they just put you down and they don't talk about anything. They just put you in there and you just find out what's going on. And the way that you flow through that game without any narrative is, you can tell they did something really, really good with it because you just feel what to do. Like you see this thing, it's like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. What would I do if I was in this situation? Oh, that's what I'm gonna do. So they don't have any instructions or anything. It's just this button does
You
this.
just go.
Run for your life. And it's amazing the way it starts. And it stays that way pretty much through the entire game. You don't really get stuck.
No.
I mean, at some parts I was like, oh man, what do I do here? It's like a little bit of a puzzle. But when you want to give up, it just clicks and you're like, oh, that's what you got to do. All right, I'm glad I didn't give up, and I'm glad nobody talked. Like I played through it in one sitting also, and it did take about 4 to 5 hours. But I was so engrossed in that where it was, I didn't want to stop
And
playing.
that's indie.
Yeah.
And that's indie.
So and it's indie.
It's been out
I
for a
love
while.
indie games.
In the Inside.
But
I love indie.
it's you'll understand why it's called that if you play through it. And there's also a different ending that you can get. That's what YouTube is for. So
I love the ending in that game. Though.
but it's out there. It's out there.
I usually don't like games like that, but that's the exception because that
really
one
good.
that was like a brilliant the atmosphere, the way they set up the game, and
Yep.
yeah,
So if you wanted to
Very,
watch,
very good.
I did play it on my channel. It was Sticks857 on Twitch, but it automatically streams to level 857, obviously. But if you checked it out on there, then I would have chatted with you. But it's going to be out on YouTube soon too, so check it out there too. All right.
Inside.
How about you?
They're coming out with a sequel, Outside.
it took about.
That's got to do next time. I'm playing Spider-Man still.
Yeah.
didn't beat that
Nah, man, I do too many side missions.
It takes
I do
3
too-
days.
I do too many side
It's
missions.
like a 35 hour.
It's too many side missions.
About 35 hour.
I'm having a great time playing that game. It's
Actually,
awesome.
we didn't do the side missions.
You guys didn't do it.
No, it's one of those games you don't want to beat.
Yeah, it's-
Nah,
You
you
just
don't want
wanna-
to see
you
the
just
end of
wanna-
I
it.
don't want it to
keep
be
playing.
over. I don't want it to be over too fast. I felt like I ran through Berserk. I just went straight through that game. Straight through.
You beat it?
Berserk, yeah. Berserk.
Awesome, right?
Yeah, it was a great game. Great game. Now I want to read the manga up to that point.
Manga?
The manga. And also the anime. I got to watch the anime up to that point and read the manga. Excuse me. Up to that
Damn, man.
point. So, sorry. There's Spider-Man playing Valkyria Chronicles 4.
So
How many
remember
hours?
to breathe.
I got for
remember to
55.
How many? Oh, you probably have 2 battles or something.
I have like 2 battles left.
Yeah, you probably have 2 battles.
I have 2 battles. I'm at a battle that can't be the last, but it's getting there. I know it can't be much longer than what I'm
No,
on
last
right
battle's foul. Last battle is foul.
now. Yeah. Then Dragon Mark for Death for these 4. And then Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Whooping some asses.
Burying them. Just burying people, digging graves. Digging graves.
Making them
Doing it.
return the game.
Yep. Seriously. Putting people in caskets.
Yep.
Rockabye baby. Doing a lot of multitasking.
Toe tags.
Toe tags. Dirt naps.
Talk what you've been playing.
I'm still playing Devil May Cry 5. I played it on Dante Must Die mode, which is one of the hardest modes you can play it on.
You gotta let us borrow that. We gotta play that. You gotta let us borrow that. You gotta hurry up and
Actually-
be done with
I'm
that.
having too much fun.
I'll trade you.
Red Dead. No, you have Red
I
Dead.
have Red Dead,
No, he has that.
and I
already.
started that. Red Dead is awesome.
Yeah?
I'm only a couple hours in. That game is
I've heard too many good things about
that game
it.
is dope.
Oh,
It's so
I'm nervous to
detailed.
get it. So nervous to get
I
it.
gotta trade you God of War 3 for PS4
Why?
because you never played it. That's why. You never played it. How do you play the newest shit and you never fucking
Because
played
God
it?
of War was amazing.
Yeah, you had no reference for it or anything.
Nah, I just watched the YouTube videos. Anyways, as I was
Yeah,
saying,
it's the same thing as playing it.
so yeah, I started Dante Must Die mode with 57 continues. I finished it with 14. That game is ridiculously hard.
Oh, they give you a certain amount of continues? They give you a certain amount of continues to get through?
No, they give you like when you play through the game, you get gold. You find gold orbs in the game, and with their little link system, because some of the characters interact in various stages. If someone gives you a stylish rating, you get a
balls.
What?
You find gold balls in the game.
Gold orbs.
Gold balls.
But yeah, if they give you a stylish rating, you get a gold orb, and you get one gold orb as a login bonus. So every day you play, you get a gold orb. But yeah, I had 57 when I started that mode. I was down to 14 by the end. It was ridiculous.
That sounds brutal.
That game is tough, and now I'm playing it on heaven or hell mode, where it's one hit kills.
Damn.
But it's one hit kills for you and one hit kills for your enemies. So it's okay.
That's pretty cool.
But I think, but you unlock hell and hell mode, which is probably one hit kills for you, and your enemies have full bars.
Oh, fuck that. I'm not ever
Why
playing
would
somebody.
everybody play that? Why would they? Why?
And
the other mode.
People like torture.
Nah,
Yeah,
man.
1 and 1. I can rock with 1 and 1.
Yeah.
1 and they get full. Fuck you.
Nah, man.
Yeah.
And what else?
That's how Katana Zero was. The same shit. It was
I'd play
broke out.
Smash Bros like that because that's the only way it'd be fair for them.
Jesus Christ. I broke out Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite last week
Why?
because Endgame came out. So I was like, you know what? Let me reminisce about this. And
Marvel Alliance.
and
Then you realize why you ain't playing it no more.
kinda, yeah, man. Like it didn't feel like Marvel vs. Capcom should feel. It felt like I was playing Street Fighter V with Marvel vs. Capcom characters.
You want to play it after the merger, though.
Yeah,
That was the Marvel version.
yeah. I mean,
that was a Disney version before.
I really think I think Capcom deserves another shot at that franchise, but that's beyond.
Yeah, put the X-Men
Besides
in.
the
Like, this was the first game they made without the X-Men. So I was like, I don't know, but they put Mega Man X in it. So I was thinking about it, but I was like, nope.
X and Zero was in it.
And Zero went, yeah, they're both
What
it.
was the versus game that came out for the Wii?
Uh-huh.
It was like Tetsunuke.
Yeah, Street.
Tatsunoko versus Capcom.
Yeah.
That game was
That was
fun.
amazing.
That game was fun.
So they didn't need all those characters in there. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was. I didn't know who any of those characters were. I was like, yo, this game is fun. But and yeah, I just started Red Dead Redemption 2.
Can't wait
Very
to play
good
that.
game.
Can't wait to play it.
Playing Portal 2 with this guy. Playing Dragon Mark Forget with the rest of these guys, and you know.
Oh, that's right. Playing Dragon Mark for Death.
Dragon Ball for Death is dope, man.
Well, play it.
Actually, we got.
Before we transition, though, Mortal Kombat 11. Yes, I started playing that. No, I started playing that story. That story is crazy. Yes,
good, huh?
it's the way the game feels is crazy. I was like,
Switch though. So
I got it for Switch. I'll switch it up on people's asses.
I heard it was a good.
All right,
port.
they're gonna freaking die.
Fatalities
all day.
Okay,
Fatalities all day.
How hard is it to do fatalities in that game now?
Pretty easy. It's actually, it's not that, And if you really have a problem, they have an easy mode also. That you can do it like hold down the button and press one button. But the regular fatalities aren't that bad. Back, down, Y. You know, it's like
It shouldn't be
how's it look on the Switch?
like tough to do.
Well, it's
Yeah,
pretty good, even on TV.
It never was,
Like they said,
though.
it's jaggy this, jaggy that. Like, yeah, maybe when handheld, but when you see it on TV, I'm like, it moves in 60 frames. So I'm just like, yo, this looks awesome. You know, I'm like, this is.
I heard it was like a really, really. People were impressed. Like if they didn't have.
I can't believe it's on there.
If
I'm
you
like,
didn't see it side by side with the PS4 version, and,
Yeah.
you know, and the Switch version, like you wouldn't know the
the
difference.
main difference, like you see Liu Kang doing like this with the fire, it's just a little bit less on the Switch. It's a little bit more on the Xbox and PS4 and stuff.
don't
and
matter.
It's like
Don't matter.
I'm gonna check
Game is
that
awesome.
game out.
Game is the story is crazy. I was like the story mode. It's like it's crazy, but I don't know how they do it so well. I don't understand how they make a fighting game story that crazy. But
Those
it's
games,
awesome.
those guys at NetherRealm Studios, they got storyline fighting games down to
Yeah, you can't touch them.
What,
You can't
down
touch
Injustice, right?
to a T. Yeah,
Yeah,
Injustice.
and that, dope.
Yeah,
Injustice 2 is shit.
yeah.
Oh my god!
They had to put that on the
story
Switch.
That story mode was freaking awesome.
It's an injustice. That Injustice is not on Switch.
Oh my god.
All right.
Anyways,
So anyway, this is actually a special podcast because we're actually on a Google Hangouts video chat
That's right.
with none other than SSS Fame 1981. What's going on, man?
No, we're doing the guest name here. That's what it
Oh.
is. So.
All right.
And now we're gonna
right.
go to SS.
SS Fame 1981.
Triple S Fame 1981.
yeah.
What's going
What's
on,
good,
sir?
gentlemen?
What's
good?
up? What's up?
How you doing, brother?
You have the honor of being our first guest on Hangouts on the show.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well,
Congratulations.
Happy to be here.
You should be.
I try, you know.
So tell us, what have you been playing, man?
Oh, for a while now, it's been action RPGs and mainly PC, but Grim Dawn. It's a Diablo style game.
Oh,
Really
okay.
cool. The mix. It's basically you would play a game like you play Diablo 3, it's got the action, it's got the skills. But imagine your gear mixes everything together, and then you choose 2 classes to make a class.
Oh.
So it's giving me like
Jeez.
so many things to do, and at the same time, I'm constantly dying on hardcore, so I'm always doing it over and over. So it's fun though. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Is it better than Diablo 3?
I played Diablo 3 for years, and most people will tell you that Diablo 3 is the smoothest playing action RPG out there.
How
It
could you
flows.
play
It really
something
does
like
flow,
that
but
for
it gets
4
old.
years? How could you play? Like I don't play games like that for that many years, but I know that type of game, people get addicted to it, and they do play it forever. And I don't know how and what they add to it to keep you going. I mean, I know it's a loot type
DLC.
game.
Yeah, they add DLC and a whole nother
DLC
scenario.
items.
And an
There's levels that
expansion.
they add.
An expansion
Okay,
also.
so when it comes to Diablo 3, though, they have seasons.
Okay.
Now, the catch on seasons, which is great for me and a bunch of other people, is you start from scratch.
Every
And
season.
everyone races up the ladder for greater rifts to see how fast you can push it and how hard you can push it. Problem is, though, like, if they don't change too much from one season to the next, you get bored kind of quick. You know? And you sometimes up against hackers and things like that. Botters, in other words. So,
PC
it's
Master
tough.
Race.
PC
But
Master
yeah,
Race.
I've been playing it since vanilla, so we're talking what? We're at like 6 years now? So yeah, a lot of years on that game.
Yo,
How many years?
Is that a copy of Diablo
I
right
think
behind
it's
you?
like close to 7. It's 5 to 7 years.
Yo, James, hold up. Is that a copy of Diablo right behind you?
There is
your
a
show.
copy of the battle chest for Diablo 2 right there, actually.
Oh.
That's
We
Diablo
played
2
that
with the Lord of Destruction.
I noticed that.
I have
What's
details
right
somewhere.
right next to it?
That's
Say again?
That's
What's right behind you? Oh, okay. I
Okay,
see.
so you
That's a
have
Warcraft.
Diablo 2's chest.
Right.
Then this is Warcraft, which is Warcraft 2 and Warcraft 1. Old fucking stuff.
And this is
Hold
why we have you
on,
the show.
hold on. But like a little after that, you get
What's that?
what started it all.
Oh!
Damn, that's
I still
That's a
have it.
throwback.
I can't even use this thing. It's so old, not even
Wow,
compatible.
That's old.
But you got
CC's going-
StarCraft, StarCraft 2 is StarCraft and StarCraft's expand.
Are those on
Then-
CD?
Diablo 2.
What is a CD?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, what's a CD, right?
What is a CD?
I remember I was like, oh, I got my new computer all set up years ago. I was like, let me put on Diablo 1. Oh, that's not even format.
Gotta download.
No.
But
That's
you
awesome.
play a majority of pretty much all your stuff on PC and not console, right?
I've come away from console. Like, people are going to laugh. I still have a PS3 in my house. I haven't upgraded even from that. It pretty much plays my DVD and Blu-rays.
But I mean, but most of your stuff is
I
on
respect
the PC,
that.
so you don't need it. You don't need to upgrade because you already have it on the PC.
Yeah, for
If
the most
needed.
games I play, it's all PC. I used to be obviously, I started out console. I mean, I've been gaming since freaking Atari, so, you
A
know.
long time ago.
You're a very, very huge Genesis fan, right? Sega
Perhaps.
Yeah, perhaps.
They might have had a few games that got me going. Really
What's your
quick.
favorite game on the Sega Genesis?
Well, we were going to discuss this probably, but Shining Force.
Hold on, the first one and not even the second, huh? You like the first one the best?
First one better than the second one.
Why?
Really? That's very shocking.
That's a first.
Whoa!
Shining Force
That's
2.
a first.
That's been an argument between me and Sal since day one.
Yeah.
I love the first
Yeah.
one.
So
I know the feeling though. Because
you're,
just like Final Fantasy 3 is the majority's favorite from Super
You like
Nintendo.
the 2.
Final Fantasy 2, which is really 4.
Which is really 4.
Yeah.
is my favorite
Yeah.
on that system. Because it depends on the nostalgic feeling you get when playing it and when you got it and all this type of thing.
Well, it's
So,
got music down here.
Probably
I
that.
think it's got the music of all the series, like the Final Fantasy freaking 2 or
3 is
hash
good. No,
slash
3
4.
No, 3
Three's got great, but
But I'm saying,
dungeon music. I don't know, man. It's a toss up.
it's the moments that you had in part 1.
That's
that
what
you
it
like
is.
more, right?
It's the moments and the characters. It's the
'Cause
moments
the
and the
gameplay
characters.
and everything. You could say, okay, I know Final Fantasy 3 gameplay wise is better than 2, but the feeling I have while playing it is not the same.
Yeah, I think everyone. I mean,
But
it's not close.
I can literally tell you guys, for me, because I played Super Nintendo obviously as well.
Mm-hmm.
Final Fantasy III had this movie feel. You felt for the characters and you felt for them every step of the way. And when something happened to them, you're like, you know what I mean? Like they got crazy. While Final Fantasy II, yeah, you felt that and all that, but I don't know why. 3 was very, very. It felt really strong. After that, obviously, we all know the next one I'm going to say is 7. That's beyond.
Of course.
7.
I don't know why.
I might buy it for the Switch for $17.
I do know why.
If it wasn't for Final Fantasy VII coming out, I would have never picked Cloud to whoop people's asses in Smash Brothers.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
So it's got to come back to that.
True story.
No, we know.
Well, I'm glad I put
that.
quarters in and played Donkey Kong from day one.
But you used to play a little Smash Brothers also.
I think you need to come back.
you need to
revisit
return.
that.
Make a return to Smash Brothers. You weren't bad.
It's the Kong thing. You're just not ready.
Bring the noise, bruh.
Don't let them put Zangief in there.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, they put that in. I'd have to come back.
Thank you for Smash Brothers.
I can see it.
He's basically in there. The Pokemon dude is.
Incineroar.
Yeah.
From Pokemon. That's
your
pretty much.
character. That's your character in that.
Because in that game, they have you play through like a Street Fighter type game in there, and they have like certain characters portray the characters in Street Fighter while you go through it. And Incineroar is Zangief doing that.
That's funny.
So it's pretty funny.
That's interesting.
He plays in I think he plays in the ring.
Yeah, I think he's in the ring. Yeah. Huh, interesting.
Well, Donkey Kong's got the spinning fist, right? So
He's a badass. No, Donkey Kong he's still badass in there.
The
Except for
bigger
that.
dudes are much better in that.
Who?
The bigger dudes are much better than that.
Donkey Kong's got some moves. Except for that team we played, they got toe tag real quick. Real quick.
You want to be a part of that?
We need to have another friends of the show 4-on-4.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
James, you need to get playing on some Smash Brothers. Get a team of 3. Find us.
Fight down over there.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
where am I gonna get the practice? Where am I gonna get the practice?
You can practice here. I'll whoop your ass.
Oh, that's how it is?
I'll whoop your ass.
So, what other things on the PC can you bring to the show? Because obviously, we don't play certain games like the card games and stuff like that, the strategy. Like certain games that are on PC aren't really on console, and that's what you're here for to discuss that with the community.
Wow. So besides action RPG, because there's a bunch of them I play, card games. I haven't played in a while, but Hearthstone.
Okay.
That's
Very, very big. There's another game. What's the name of it? I can't.
Shanghai.
Oh man.
No.
So what makes a good card game? What
a good
makes
card
Hearthstone
game?
better than say like any other one?
Magic the Gathering.
Oh yeah.
All right. So for instance, I can't even really go on this. There's a couple of games out there. Magic that's out now. There's like the arena one. I haven't touched it. I haven't touched that. There's another storyline one.
Pokemon?
There's one on Steam that I play that I really, really like, where you go through and you wind up actually acquiring cards as you fight through. So you make your deck on the spot, and they have other things to help you, like kind of craft your deck.
Like Uno.
But you start like 3 classes.
Like
So like, it's kind of interesting because you'll go through the game and it's like, oh, they threw this card at me. This card. You kind of learn over time what's a powerful card. And then it's like, all right, so my deck is going this route, and then you find cards that complement it. So even though it's a card game, it's like a dungeon crawler at the same time. It's really cool.
That's weird.
It's like the puzzle games. Where,
Slay the Spire, excuse me.
Like it's like the puzzle games when you play them and it's like Candy Crush, but it's not because it's a role playing game. I like those.
Oh, there's what was it? Puzzle Quest.
Yeah, I like Puzzle
Quest.
Very
good.
much, yeah. It's
Puzzle Quest was good.
Kind of like,
I played
was a
Puzzle
good game.
Quest.
but
Yeah.
it's like genre matching, so it's like a
yeah,
bunch of
where they
different-
mix it up and it's a little different.
I know they've gotten a lot
Cool.
better with it, and I haven't played the ones that really integrate like, oh, you got this many hit points and match the purple and do that. Like, it looks crazy, but I would probably enjoy something like that. But the cards, I don't play cards.
Yeah, you know what, James? Let me ask you this: what game would you recommend for somebody that's like us, like the console gamers, that you would think that would win us over?
Like the Street Fighter
To
card
a
game.
PC game. Like, what kind of PC game would you recommend to somebody? Like something that you would be like, oh, they'd like this.
Like I don't even play like arena battle games ever. Even like Overwatch.
Well, we mess with Fantasy Star Online, which is kind of.
But that's not arena though.
No, I'm saying, but like close to like a
PC.
build yourself up, build yourself up, build
Well, that was
yourself
like a
up.
Diablo.
Yeah, Diablo-ish. I mean, that's probably...
Okay, so you guys like Smash Brothers, and you want an arena game. There's two that are predominantly the dominant games. There is League of Legends,
I've heard.
and there's Dota 2. And Dota 2, the funny thing about Dota
What does it
is
stand
Dota was
for?
a
I always
game
forget.
that was created
What
off
does Dota
of
stand
Warcraft
for?
3. So, like, if you had Warcraft 3, someone
what it
modded
stands
it, used stuff in it to make a game. And the game got so popular, it became its own entity. And they have Dota 2. Those are arena games. So, like, if you want to play on a group of 3 with maybe, say there's a 3-on-3. You have enough friends 5-on-5, and you want to scream and yell at each other. Yeah, I pulled this off. I knocked your ass out. Blah, blah, blah. That's the game to play.
It's a big game.
Yeah, man.
I've watched it. I just don't
it-
get it.
I don't know what's going on either.
It's hectic, and people are toxic. They are.
Well, a lot of people.
I was playing in there. I felt all good. I did one move. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? I mean, and I'm typing back like, what do you mean? Like, you don't know what you do. You're supposed to do this. I'm like, wow. Okay, calm down there, guy.
A lot of people online have built their careers and communities off of that game. It's insane.
And
Careers
wealth.
and community.
And they
Jesus.
built their wealth on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they built them up.
They're millionaires.
Millions of people. It's crazy.
Millionaires.
To this day, I haven't really touched it in a while, but to this day, every now and then, if I'm looking at my phone, I'll go to a guy that I've watched for years, Wings of Death, and he's made a career out of that game. And I'll watch him just play, and he'll talk about characters that he's playing sometimes, and he'll go through, all right, I'm against this one, that one, and he goes like, I don't even play the game anymore, but I still watch him because of the competition and to see how good someone could be. Like StarCraft 2. I love StarCraft. I cannot play it like the tournament levels. Most people can't.
Don't go to Korea.
Yeah.
Done.
They're sick. I used to hang out with a friend at his house, and we would watch the tournaments live. Some of them, and we haven't even touched the game, but you're just watching someone. Like people go, "Oh, esports is not a real sport," until someone can go on there and say, "Oh yeah, I can click that fast, think that fast, control the whole map that fast while doing things off screen that fast."
Yeah.
You have to
It's a
understand
sport.
what's going on.
Yeah. Well,
It's
you
a
have to have
sport.
some kind of concept of what's going on. Like Tetris is an easy game to understand. Everybody knows how it works. But if you ever watch the Tetris World Championships,
You don't understand what's going on.
that shit is crazy when you watch it. It's like you just get mesmerized. You're like, yo,
Yeah, I watched the match. I'm just watching it, and I'm like,
I'm like,
wow.
oh, let me check out and see what's going on. And then next thing
Hour
you know, like
later.
an hour later, I'm like, how the hell?
I got locked into it. And I'm just watching the shapes. And I'm just like, wow, like
they
this
got
is-
rivalries and stuff. I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
Rivalries.
Like even
Rivalries.
like especially like
Rivalries.
when it comes to esports, especially like fighting games, like I've seen nonsense, like straight I've been playing Dragon Ball, and I think I'm like halfway decent, and I watch these dudes online, and I'm like, yo, he just one-shotted this character, like
Endless combos.
and against another professional.
Nah,
You
even
know what I'm saying?
when we were commentating for the MT Summit, and we were commentating some of the matches, you would have the legit pros will make them like the opposition look like a complete clown. The next round, the other guy makes him look like a clown, like not even close.
Yeah.
It's like
Dragon Ball's like that.
depends
The
on the
game is
opening.
like
yeah.
that.
Once
Depends
that
on the opening.
once that little
Yeah.
opening happens, 50 hit combo over.
You make a
know, it's like-
mistake in Dragon Ball Z though. It's like you could be on a roll.
You can get punished.
You can get killed. You make one mistake. It's like it's tough to recover. It's
Same thing in Smash Brothers. When I stab him in the face, you make that mistake on the timing, I stab you right in the mouth.
I think they understand.
So recently, I was watching videos on YouTube, and I was like, you know what? I haven't been in the Tekken scene in a while, and
Oh God.
I'm like, I
Jesus.
love King. I love King.
Tekken is
But-
I remember that.
What I came
beating your ass
across
with
was
King.
really cool. It was the video that was literally showing tournaments. So you got the pros, the best of the best from different worlds, and they're all versing each other, and it's all about how someone gets knocked down to like you can't even see the life bar, and the other guy's got full health, and the guy who has nothing left just comes back with
Yeah,
the
I see that all the time.
and
all
it's
the time.
so fun to watch like how these people win. Like you just can't lose your cool.
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
stay
Yo,
that way. And you just wait for that opening. It's like, and it's over. And it's just those things are still amazing.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, like one of the illest comebacks I've ever seen was Street Fighter 3. I think you guys.
I know that one.
Yo, it was Chun-Li versus Ken. Chun-Li had like maybe 3/4 of her health.
That's legendary.
What's the guy's name?
And-
Diego or something like that?
Diego.
I forgot. Diego.
Or Daigo, something like that.
Daigo.
But yeah, like you can parry in that
forgot
game.
the guy's name.
This dude parried a super. He had no life left.
Mm-hmm.
Parried a super
That's legendary.
and comboed Chun-Li and killed her for the win. I'm like,
Yep. No
They
energy.
recently,
no
they said,
energy.
They recently said, "Can he do it again?" So it was like a challenge.
Yeah.
I forgot to click it though, but there was a video out like last week, and it said, "Can he do the same thing?" And I don't know if he did or not, so I'm gonna go and watch that.
Yeah.
Parry the super?
That's the
Yes.
thing, though. You
Yeah,
know,
it's crazy.
if you're doing tournaments or competitions like that, it's
Never
not
let up.
over. It's
Never
not
let
over.
up.
It's never over.
It's never over. If it's
Like Rocky IV.
if it's Mortal Kombat, even Smash Bros. All jokes aside, you could be like 150% and they're at 20. All you need is a good 3-4 hits, or even just one hit to down smash somebody off the cliff. Like it's all you really need.
That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened.
You could be killing somebody, and you're like, "Oh, this guy is nothing." Then he gets like 3 hits, and he's like tied. I'm like,
What?
It's all
I've been
time.
sleeping on that guy.
These games are
10%
timing.
time.
They're all timing. It's all timing. If you
And
throw off someone else's timing, they're like, "What the hell just happened?" And they're dead on like 5%.
And also endurance too, man.
Oh,
Just
God.
99. Sometimes I'm
Hey,
like, oh shoot, I'm still going.
Even in Tekken, I had the guys that were like very good at the quick 3-hit combos, 4-hit combos, and they could just keep catching with all different ones, whether it was high, it was low. And I'd be killing slow and all that, but if I got lucky enough towards the end, as long as I kept my cool, I'd have no health. But you know, one sidestep into a grab, and they're so like, "Oh, I almost got him" and shit like that, and then
They get excited.
one grab, 2 grabs, and if they can't break it,
Yeah.
It's a wrap.
boom,
That's
you're
a wrap.
dead.
They get excited. They're like, "Oh, one more
And that
hit."
was always the best.
I'll tell you what game I won't be watching though. Dead or Alive. I will not be watching that game because it's all
Why is that?
reversals. It's so cheap. I
Really?
am not watching that. It's not even entertaining. It just looks like they're cheating. So I'll watch Tekken. I'll watch Street Fighter. I will not. I'll watch Mortal Kombat. I will not be watching Dead or Alive.
Mortal
I'm sorry.
Kombat.
They
Well,
killed
combat
it.
because you at least see someone's head get ripped off.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's
Oh
always-
no, but there's some funny stuff in Mortal Kombat 11. Like, you could be fighting in the middle of the fight, you uppercut somebody, their head comes off. Like that's the fatality.
What?
Like mid fight, you be like boom, and the head is off. I'm like, yo, fatality. And that's great because you don't have to do a fatality.
That's fucking awesome.
And then they have like
And then they come back
have
to
mercy. They have mercy.
Yeah, yeah,
gives
I've
them
seen
energy
that.
back.
Yeah.
And they have suicide where they can blow themselves up.
Damn.
It's a lot of stuff. I didn't
Wow.
see a friendship yet. I'm pretty sure. It's
They have a
not yet.
brutality.
Yeah,
I haven't
but
seen a
brutality.
brutality.
I've seen a mercy, then somebody paid for it with their life. Like they showed them mercy, they do beat them and did a fatality
got
on them. I'm
killed.
like, you're an idiot.
Ain't no mercy. Ain't no one ever get no
Zero.
mercy. Screw
Yo,
that.
Hell
the
no.
stuff
Online?
that's happening on Mortal Kombat now, though, man, shit's like
It's brutal.
it's weird because it's like you'll see people get their bones snapped.
Oh no, they die
They
constantly.
fall on the floor, they get their head chopped, and then it's like they get up and then they continue fighting. I'm like, wait,
I always am
what the
like,
heck?
what the
How
fuck?
the hell are they
Legs are
even broken?
Because the X-ray moves and the
Yeah, but they're
the
like,
death blow moves. It's
yeah,
like,
but they're like, they look like
Yeah.
fatalities.
they
though.
look like fatalities, and
Like,
like
what the
they're still
fuck?
freaking fighting. It's weird.
James, how do you
break the
feel
guy's
about
ribs?
that? How do you feel about them getting destroyed completely and then coming back to fight?
Yeah.
You think it's a little overkill?
Oh boy.
Yeah, Dig's a way overkill with that. I mean, but it's funny to see like the character get like wrecked by certain moves. But like, if you see the character like and like their arm is
Right.
twisted, but then all of a sudden it's like
Yeah.
I can fight again. Like,
Yeah.
Their arm should be
Yeah,
hanging.
it's like,
It's
yo,
'cause
your
their-
arm was cut
Their
off.
arm should be hanging.
It's
Their
because
jaw
they
should be
do
hanging.
in
You
those
should be
things
bleeding.
is make a handicap mode. You pull off a crazy move like that like busts, say, my right arm.
Right.
My right arm is like
Right.
weak in the game.
Right.
But then anything I hit with a left punch should maybe be like 40% stronger as a like an adrenaline now thing going on.
That makes
Like
that
that
makes
would be
no
a
sense.
cool
That's a
aspect.
good idea.
Remember how they did that with Bushido Blade?
I was just about to say
Yo.
Bushido Blade.
Yeah.
You take his legs
Yeah,
out,
yeah,
motherfucker can't move.
No, but he could do a lunge.
He can
and-
lunge and
Yeah.
shot you in the head.
Terrible,
Yeah,
terrible.
they need to
mechanic.
bring that game back.
It was a good
Or-
idea, but
or
it
it'll
was
be like-
ugly.
And you probably won't remember this one. It'll be like Time Splitters, when you pop
Oh.
their arm off. Or their
Oh no, I remember
Oh,
Time
yeah,
Splitters.
I
you
remember
gotta
that.
fight all chopped.
Yeah.
I remember Time Splitters. The
Or
game
the
was
head that
nasty.
pop
love
off
that game.
middle fight too. In that same way, you'll be in the middle of a fight and the head's gone.
I don't care
Damn.
what anybody
Imagine.
says. I love Time Splitters.
That game is
Time
trash.
Splitters is
Time
it.
Splitters was fun.
I don't care what anybody
That
says.
game is trash.
I don't like a lot of
Yeah,
first
get outta
person.
here.
Time
The game was-
Splitters.
Wait. Are we talking about the same game?
What?
Guy with the chainsaw is bad game.
Wait, fighting game.
Yeah, it's a
you
fighting
talking about
game.
you talking about first person shooter.
First person, yeah.
No man, I'm not talking about.
Oh, I'm talking about Time Splitters.
No.
Well, that's the name. That's the name of the first person. Time Splitters. Is it?
He said Time Splitters.
Time Killers. My bad.
Yeah. I was about to say. I'm pretty sure they were different names. Yeah.
Time Killers.
There you go.
Okay,
Time
okay,
Killers.
okay.
All right.
He's a time split. Like,
I was like, yeah.
that's a first
No,
person.
Time Splitters. They say
Splitters is
dope.
good.
No, it's a dope first
Splitters is
person.
good.
I don't like first person games, but Time Splitters is dope first
So I'm
person.
like, what the hell?
So,
It's
okay,
trash.
bad game. I'm not supposed to remember that name.
You know, time something with the limbs.
Time. Just time.
Well, we should probably have a competition in Time Killers.
Oh,
To
God.
remind
That'd be
people
bad.
How
That'd be so
bad
bad.
it is.
I don't mind. I
we
mean,
don't.
why not put that on the
That's a good
versus?
idea.
We all suck.
I'll
Pause.
Oh man, didn't you play? You played another old arcade game the other day. It
Oh,
was like It was like
on,
baseball Batman.
It was Ninja. It's so weird.
Ninja
All right,
baseball Batman.
Ninja Baseball Batman.
I've
All right?
never heard that in my entire
It has
life.
nothing to do with DC or the Marvel, the fucking DC universe or anything. It's a
Baseball.
Japanese arcade game that was only released in Japan,
Of course.
and you play as these ninja baseball players or whatever.
Yeah.
And the enemies are it's
They're
like
baseballs and bases. And
the enemies
it's real
are
bad, but good. It's like Final Fight.
Oh my God.
no, but it's
Good
a
though.
you know what it's like Turtles, like Ninja
Turtles in
Turtles
Time.
arcade.
Yeah.
4 players.
Or The Simpsons.
It's 4 players.
Yeah, it's a 4-player.
Are we talking about a fighting game or a baseball
No,
game?
it's a beat 'em up.
No, it's a beat 'em up.
It's like a Streets of Rage, but
James, you know
fucking
about this.
psychotic though. It's like
James knows.
So that's about it. Don't act like you didn't tell us about
it's a
this game.
psychotic game, man. Yo,
I don't know what you're talking about.
we're gonna
So what y'all should do is we're gonna play this. At
yeah,
some
no,
point.
we're gonna stream this.
But you should look it up online. It's Ninja Baseball Batman.
Mhm.
So look that up.
Doing it
at
right
some
now.
point, and
Doing it
you're
right
gonna
now.
laugh
Yeah, man.
your ass
No,
off.
it's
Was
the
this
weirdest.
a game that's like literally
Arcade.
was an arcade game, or
Only
something
arcade.
that they just made?
No,
recently?
it was only in the arcades. It wasn't even ported to console.
In like
It was
1993 or something.
Only in the Japanese
wow.
arcade, man. This is like exclusive to Japan. And I found this in an emulator. I'm like, what the hell?
It ain't Batman.
And I was like, yo,
That's hilarious.
I'm watching it right now.
You see it, right?
It looks like
It's
a beat
hilarious.
'em up.
it's a beat 'em up.
hilarious.
It's a beat 'em up.
But it's
But they
weird.
cheat. You lose half your energy off
Yeah,
a punch.
no, it's mad cheap.
Wow.
But I think it's meant for obviously for 4
Yo,
players.
the enemy's got like pumpkin heads.
No, that's the second thing.
Oh yeah, it's a
So James, what kind of game would it take for you to come back to a console?
Well, there is one that's been looming over me,
Uh-oh. What's that?
and that's the remake of. Come on,
Resident
what's
Evil.
being remade?
Shining Force.
Come on, guys.
You know that ain't being remade.
Final
Wait.
Fantasy 7?
Oh.
Say again.
Final Fantasy 7? That's the one?
Oh, I was right.
You were right.
One. So
I was
yeah,
right.
I've been debating like if that comes fully out.
I
Although
said
that's
first.
supposed to be in 3 parts, but I was going to buy a system.
Wait.
I
I've
don't
been
think it's gonna
talking
be.
to you for a minute. You're a big Shining Force fan. What game have I been telling you to get into that you would eat up in seconds?
Oh man.
Vicarious.
What,
no,
Emblem?
no. Valkyria is also another one
Oh.
that you need to get into.
And
Valkyria
there's-
Chronicles.
It's real fire.
There's another one
It's hot.
that I've been telling you to get into.
It's a real hot game.
Hot game.
What hot game? We talking about hot game? We talking
You
about?
know.
No, what?
Super hot.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Like Fire Emblem hot?
Yes, exactly. Dude,
Oh my
Dude,
God.
you're a Shining Force guy. Fire Emblem is right up your alley.
But now we've discussed the difference between Shining Force and Fire Emblem was the same thing about Vandal Hearts.
Vandal-
Yes, yes.
All right. If you could, all right, check it out. This is how I'm gonna rate them. Vandal Hearts is here, right? Fire Emblem is like here. Shining Force, here.
Not that
Okay.
far off.
Like,
But
really?
the thing that you can do in 2 games, excuse me, the one you could do in 1 game you can't do in the other 2.
Doesn't matter.
That I like to do.
Doesn't matter.
I like
You don't
to
play it,
grab,
I'm gonna
like,
smack your
garbage
face.
characters
I'll slap
and build
your
them
face.
up, and I can't do that in Emblem.
See-
I gotta just hopefully
See, now you
level
know
up
how-
enough.
James, I'm gonna come to your house in like 10 minutes.
Yo,
I'm gonna slap your face.
yo, now you know. Now you know how I feel.
Yeah.
Now you know how I feel about God of War. And this guy over here, Big Choco, refuses to play.
Nah,
the
but
other.
he loves
Like, yo,
the strategy role players,
like
and he's talking about Vandal Hearts. This shit's on Vandal Hearts, man.
Vandal Hearts was dope. Vandal Hearts 2
Look,
was
my
trash.
father played the fuck out of Vandal Hearts. I played it once or twice.
Vandal Hearts was
Other
dope,
than that,
though.
But
I like
Shining
Vandal.
Force, I would sit there and be like, you know what?
I never got
I'm gonna
into
take all the centaurs and make a group out of that, mixed with like mages or
Oh,
something.
dude.
That's
Like,
an
I'll just
introductory
take a bunch
title,
of shit characters, but I could work on those shit characters and make them like elite. You know what I mean?
You gotta play Fire Emblem.
Play different.
You gotta play
Let me
Fire
ask you
Emblem.
this.
Fire Emblem. You
All
would
right.
definitely love that.
Yes, thank you.
You would definitely. Yes, I
It's
agree.
very similar.
I
There's a
agree.
lot of Fire Emblem.
And you
watched-
know what? Oh, go ahead.
I've watched hours and hours and hours of them playing.
Hours!
Oh, me too.
Of
Me too.
both of them. And they're very close. They're very close.
They're like this.
Yeah.
I almost don't want to give Shining Force 3 the edge, but I have to. But the last Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn for the GameCube or with the Wii? The Wii is this close, and you would be obsessed with it. I'm telling you, you'd be
Okay,
obsessed with
so Wii or Wii U?
it. Wii.
So you can
All
play
right,
that
so
on
now-
The
I had
first one is for
purchased-
GameCube.
So I had purchased the Wii U for my aunt. I don't know if she still has the Wii,
You can play it on a
but if
You
that's
can
the
play-
case,
Just
I'll
buy it.
grab her Wii if she still has it and it's not in use. I'll get Emblem.
It doesn't matter because you can still play.
You can borrow it from us.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'll give you. I mean, we're not
Yeah,
playing that shit. You
it'll
can borrow it
still
from
work.
us. Worst case scenario, you can borrow it from us.
Backwards compatibility.
Done.
That's it.
All right. Yeah, but she still uses that system. So I'm saying if she has the old one, I could just take the system and not.
Yeah.
If she doesn't give it to you,
Doesn't
I'll
matter.
threaten her, and you can actually get it from her.
I'd be okay with it.
By next week, you'll have it in your hand by next
Next week, I get it done. I want to hear what you have to say about Fire Emblem. Man.
Also-
Done deal.
I'm curious to know, do you like tactics RPGs at all? Final Fantasy
Like tactics?
Ogre
Oh,
Tactics.
like Tactics Ogre Battle,
Right.
Final Fantasy Tactics. Great games.
Oh,
But those,
okay, good.
once again, those play just like a Shining Force.
Yeah.
Little
Except they're
strategy
the
RPG
3D
element.
where they
Yeah.
have like different levels of height and shit.
Yeah.
Other than that, like you build your group, your guys,
Yeah.
you can make different things, and you can play the same map. One thing that was cool about Tactics, though, Final Fantasy Tactics,
I love this. My favorite game, man. Tactics. Oh.
that was a bad thing for me anytime.
What?
I would be like,
Spells?
I'm gonna make this guy really, really strong, and then like you come across this chocobo map, and you didn't realize you made yourself so strong so soon
Oh, yeah.
that you don't have the gear,
Yeah, that's true.
and everything just like hits you, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, running for your life. You can't fight. You can't beat the map now.
No,
It's
that's
too
true.
hard.
Yeah.
I did that so many times. It's like, all right, let me keep doing this over and over until I get lucky.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I never played it.
No, man, that's
Tactics,
played
I
it.
never
was
played
a great
Tactics
game.
either. I'm picky.
That's-
I'm mad
that's
picky.
one of my
Final Fantasy
favorite.
Tactics.
I'm very
Last
picky.
time-
It's awesome.
It's one of
I don't
my
think I did
favorite.
play it.
Awesome.
Maybe I watched it.
And they had a character in that was so crazy but so hard to use sometimes. I think it was called the Calculator.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where that guy was like the
Yeah,
ultimate
yeah.
mage, but mathematician,
Yeah,
and he could
yeah.
do anything almost on any part of the map if you knew
Yep.
what you
I
were doing
can't do
right.
math.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Damn, this fucking
Did you have to
guy.
add or
The
multiply?
fact that that
Oh,
wasn't
man.
part of the PlayStation Classic or Mini or whatever
No.
like that was
Yeah,
a travesty.
that's
I'm
like-
like,
Oh, yeah, it
Final
wasn't
Fantasy
on there.
Tactics is not on there. It deserves to fail.
I still have my copy.
A friend of ours, Jermaine, he played it for 24 hours straight.
Yeah,
I believe it.
Wow.
I believe it. It's
Yeah.
one of those games. Like strategy role players, you could agree with this, James. You could get lost in it and play it for an entire day, not even realize it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He would only leave the room
I
to
do it
take
with
shits.
action RPGs, and when it comes to strategy role playing with the storyline involved,
Oh, you can.
when it
I got
any
a
new
whole
game
day.
comes out that's got a long storyline that's got like 50 hours of gameplay,
Yeah.
you can lose your first 24 hours and not even.
Oh, knock that shit out, man, quick.
No,
I
I
lost
remember.
like 9. A good 9.
I did like 10 hours.
When your
of
hand
just
starts hurting.
sitting.
That's what you do.
You know, when you feel like you should be like, I should order some pizza.
Yeah, no, it's that Diablo 2 shit we did. We ordered some pizza. We didn't
Like,
even
you
move
should-
for a
I
whole
need
day.
to eat right now, and then 3 hours
No,
later.
for me, it's like one
I
of
need to
these.
eat
Like,
right
I don't
now.
understand. My eyes are closed. And then you look up, it's like,
It's
oh
3
shit,
a.m.
4 in the
I
morning.
should
What the
probably
hell's going on?
eat right now.
Exactly. Exactly.
I don't usually eat at 3 a.m., but I didn't eat today.
Yeah.
It was the worst for me because I was in the basement playing it. So, like, I didn't even know. There was no windows.
Oh,
I didn't
man.
know what time it was or anything. So I'm like,
It's like prison.
and I'm like, oh, I've
No
been
windows.
playing for 15 hours? What the hell?
In a casino. That's in a casino.
Oh, my God.
For real.
Now, what you need to do, James, you need to get a Nintendo Switch, get Valkyria Chronicles 1 and 4, and then talk to me after that.
Actually, I just got.
Didn't they have a PlayStation version of
Don't
that
worry
game?
about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Here's-
No, but they did, right?
Yeah,
That
they
name
did.
sounds familiar.
But don't worry about it.
No,
That wasn't
Get it
good,
for the
right?
Switch. It's like 15, 20
Actually,
bucks.
this
yeah.
Yo, get it for the PSP. I'm kidding.
This will make, because you're not a
That was the
console
worst
guy,
fucking-
Get
but
to
get
a
a
3 for
Switch.
PS3.
You buy Valkyria Chronicles 1, you get 4, and then you get Smash Brothers Ultimate. And then you come see us on the Versus.
And then Fire Emblem in June. Isn't it June?
Oh, that's right. No, it's July.
July.
Fire Emblem,
What's
the sequel. 3 Houses, coming out July 26th.
3, like Shining Force.
That shit doesn't even have me half chub. That's like full mass.
Wow.
You don't want to hear about that.
That's
Full mass.
That's some little ass boat.
Damn.
Wow.
Fucked
Shots
up.
fired.
I'm
Man down.
very upset you insulted me.
Man
like that.
down.
Why would
Don't
you
worry
do
about
something-
that. That's why.
You said it's a small ship. That's foul. Fucked up.
Terrible.
Lobo.
Terrible.
He said Lubo. You're gonna say that twice.
Damn.
It's fucked up, man. People are gonna get the wrong idea.
Yeah, but the gaming scene's been crazy. The action RPG world right now, like I've been looking, like I live on them. I don't know what it is about an action RPG. It's
Oh, they're awesome.
They're amazing. It's my favorite game of all time.
You can pretty much fully
the
customize
building
your
of the character. For me.
So
That's what it comes down to. If you give me items and then you say your build could be this from skills or whatever, but then I could switch it up based on items, and you give me the world to play with, I'm stuck. And Diablo 3, like, it just plays so good. I play that, but like for me, it's stuck. You get a set, get some items on there. Now it's how good you can play. That's fine. But these other games that are coming out, really, really, really huge game that's on computer right now. And it's been getting so much attention from the developers where they keep putting out patches. If you like action RPGs and you like Diablo 3, and it's coming out, I believe, for Xbox and all that, Path of Exile. Huge. This game has got, like, at first you look at it and be like, the gameplay looks a little, like, stiff sometimes, or the graphics are a little whatever. They do a thing now where they literally, every so often, I want to say there's a certain amount of weeks they do. They put out an update, which is like almost like a new season in Diablo, where you start over, but they add new content. And anything from the last like push, they bring over and they fix up into the next one. So it's like, oh, we've done this 6 times. Well, now you have 6 different content that they added in, and they're adding another one, and then they're adding another one. And they said, crazy thing is, anything that's coming out, this game has been out for so long right now, like, it's really hard for me to even understand how to build and do well in it. I'm not that good at it. But it's a great game. And they said that they're going to be putting out a super patch, or like almost like an expansion, that would even rival Diablo 4, which is not even out. So a game that's already existing, they're already saying, we're going to be able to tackle the competition ahead of the time. Like, it's never changing. That's never changing.
impressive.
Or I should say, always changing. Sorry. Insane.
Impressive.
So if you like action RPGs, anyone watching, you probably heard of Path of Exile. You probably played
Path of
10 times better than me, but yeah, it's worth
Well,
it.
that sounds like a game that you can play forever.
Forever, ever.
That's the messed up thing about some of these games. You can
And
play
you know
forever.
what? Those games that you can play forever, you have to understand some of those games are the best games for I play
Missed it.
For what? Say that again.
streamers. For
Oh
streamers.
yeah.
That shit just died out. Said best games for sure.
That's
Yeah.
Google Hangouts for you.
I'll play Diablo 3. I'll play Grim Dawn. I actually want to play the new Torchlight Frontiers, which is a very weird thing. There's no leveling. You level up zones by beating monsters in it, and the zones get stronger. And when the zones get stronger, you get better gear in them. So you build up
That's
by
weird.
killing things. It's a completely different thing, and it's its own type of action RPG. But like a game that keeps going like that, you get viewers, you get really good at it, people want to come back to see you, and you don't lose your viewers if the game is forever changing, because there's something new to do, and you just grow your base. It's a great format. It's great for the gamer, the company, if they add little cosmetic things, because that's one thing I have to say. It's really rampantly bad right now. All these little side games come out that you can download that are action RPGs, but then have a, oh, well, if you buy this right now, you can enter this dungeon 5 more times this day, and people get super leads.
That's so sleazy,
But that's the phone.
dude.
That's the phone game.
Exactly.
I hate
But
shit like
they
that.
have not touched that. Only thing they do that you buy is more stash tabs, different stash tabs. And these are things that are like quality of life changes. So, like, I have no problem spending my money on that. And then for anyone else who just wants to spend on how they look, throw them $500 to look different.
Jeez.
That doesn't affect you being better than me on the game.
No.
And that's
Jeez.
what makes it like a great community, because the game is fair all the way through.
Okay.
Interesting.
There's a lot
I
of stuff
want
going
loot
on.
crates. I want to be better than you because I got money. That's how I want to play.
I have so many stories on loot crate stories and things like Blizzard actually bought a. This is the only one I want to talk about. They bought a patent, and the reason they got this patent is to hold it back from being used.
Really?
Really?
There was a thing stating that if I beat you in this game, and I have this awesome weapon, you will then now see this weapon in a thing to buy at a price. You go, I don't want to spend money on it. Great, bam, it's gone. Once again, you lose to the guy. The guy's got that sword again. Here it is again. You want to buy it? Now it's more money.
Wow.
So now you're like,
Shit.
I could have got it at a reduced rate. It's probably going to go up even more, so it forces you to buy it
That's
then.
it.
You're like,
Wow,
fucked up.
I ain't doing
Damn,
it.
I didn't.
But they had that thing, and that patent was bought, so it would not be used.
That is
scummy.
Man.
That's
fucked
That's
up.
sleaziest.
the epitome of scum.
That's sleazy,
Yep.
man. But genius at the same time. For making money.
Honestly, it is genius.
It's
You put me up against
genius.
someone constantly, you're going to put me up against people that are going to whoop my ass, and I'm going
Right.
to want to be
But listen,
as
if you
good as
bought the
them.
weapon though, and you came back for revenge, you're like, yeah, I haven't beat this guy. I beat him all the time. Oh no, he's got my weapon. And then it's an even fight. He kicks your ass.
Yeah.
He takes your
Until
weapon.
they get another weapon.
And then he sells that weapon.
Well, you can get this weapon.
If they
Another
beat
weapon.
You, if they beat you and
Stop
can
'em.
sell your weapon, that's another thing.
That's pretty bad.
When that
man.
kind of stuff happens, though, I just look at the game and I do one thing: uninstall.
Turn it off. That's
Nah,
what you should
if
do.
it gets me like that, I'm done. I like Hearthstone, but
Fuck it.
like people have spent thousands and thousands and thousands of card packs just like they would do Magic back in the day.
Wow.
It's
Like
crazy
in
how
the
much
store.
money they can
I
make off
can't,
this
yeah.
stuff.
So
They
it's
make
crazy.
billions.
I have
of
a
monthly.
coworker that spent on one of those mobile games, RPGs, 20 grand. 20 grand in debt.
grand.
In debt.
And he didn't beat it.
Nope.
That's-
Because you can't.
No, well,
beat
he
it.
was like the head of he told me he was the head of a clan. He had people relying on him and stuff. And he was like, "It's the dumbest." I'm like, "Why are you so worried?" He's like, "Yo, I owe a lot of money." I'm like, "What are you talking about?
Oh
what's a
my
lot?
gosh.
What's a lot of money? Like what? Is like a couple of grand?" Like he's like, "Try 20." I'm like,
Oh my god.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
It
self-control.
is.
Like I'm a person that has no self-control, and that's retarded.
yeah. No, I was like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah, man." But he felt like an idiot too. He was like, "Yeah."
Oh,
It was so
$20,000 says idiot.
Yeah,
all over.
Yeah,
That's
you're a
yeah.
complete
Crazy.
moron.
That's
I
absolutely
bought
crazy.
one thing in Candy Crush for $1, and that was it. I was like, I really want to pass the stage, and that's it.
Yeah.
And that's all I ever spent on it. $1.
And things like that. Like I played He-Man Tapper of Grayskull, and it's a corny game, but
He-Man?
I played it for like a month. And when I play a free game for a month on my phone, and I know like I like it, I'm gonna play it for another month or two.
Yeah.
That's when I'll start spending on permanent buffs. Like, oh, this item will give you 100% more damage if you own it. I'll spend on it until I hit my $60 mark.
Oof.
Maybe $100.
Oof.
So at that point, I've
Maybe
spent
$100
$100 on one video game where you guys would spend $60.
Yeah.
It's not on one item. I'm
on a
spending
new game.
$100. I'm spending $100 total on the game.
Overall, yeah.
And I
yeah.
think that's perfect. Yeah, and I think spending. All right, legitimately, Diablo 3. If they would have done things, they would have had $400, $500 to maybe $1,000 of my dollars. If they would have done extra stash tabs, certain things to game, and if the game kept changing and progressing like Path of Exile, I'm still playing it for 7 years straight. You know what I mean?
7
You
years is a
deserve
long
my
time.
money.
That is
I'm
long,
okay
yeah.
with that.
That's a
I'm
Grand
not
Theft
playing
Auto
any other
level.
games. I used to buy a Genesis game, Super Nintendo game once a month.
If you pay $100 for the year, I mean, that's basically what it's going to be anyway. We just wait until next year. You're gonna be paying $100 a year per game. So if you're playing a game like that, you're like, oh, that's fine. But if you're playing, it's a lot of money if you just play some.
Not me.
Yeah.
But they won't have endings. I want games that have levels. Damn it. That's all I want. Have levels, bosses, and endings.
And the narrative.
Give me that. Yes, and a narrative.
Yeah,
See,
So
there's
that's
different
not my
people.
type of
Like
game.
that's the way you like. You like a finite game where you go through
Yes,
Like
blah,
a
blah, blah.
movie.
Yes.
Go through a journey. you know?
Yeah.
Tell me a damn story.
An adventure.
Yes.
Trying to escape from reality.
I like a game that has a journey,
The community.
but then
though.
also has
The
a
community is the
game
story.
that goes beyond that.
But you
And I
control
And I even
everything.
and I've even had ideas for a mobile game that I want to do that would be very similar to old school RPGs for the phone. And
Text RPGs?
no, way old.
Yeah,
We're
text-
talking like Dragon
Ew.
Force, or excuse me,
Dragon Warrior.
Quest,
Dragon
Dragon
Quest.
Quest.
Wow.
You can make
which is
your own
Dragon
now.
Warrior. Back
Yeah,
then,
yeah,
it was one
yeah,
and the same.
Dragon Warrior,
one and
yeah,
the
yeah.
same. So yeah, like that kind of thing where, because the phone games are not like they're going to be coming out with Diablo Immortal. I'm not even touching that. We're not even getting into that. But games like that, they're getting, your phone has to be $1,200 to be able to play, and you think that's great, but then you also realize you're part of an internet connection, so all of a sudden you're like, it froze, and that's corny. Shit's gonna happen.
Right.
But if you have a simplistic game that's playing like frickin' 1990
Right.
and has ways of, giving you progression with an end. Like, you like the end, but then there's going to be the people like, well, I like the game a lot. Can I progress further? And I can make it like, oh, well, yeah, you want to go 7 times harder? You can go
For real.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Well, we want to see that game, so get on it.
One day.
Make it happen.
One day.
Well, I mean, that seems to be. I mean, we can talk all night. We
Yeah,
can.
but we don't have them.
Oh, I could talk about it.
So we're gonna have to talk on another show
Yeah.
at some point because we'll definitely do this again.
Yeah.
But
I'm down.
you have a lot of insight on the PC world, and we are thankful for that, as are our fans.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Thank you, SSSFAME1981.
Yes,
I'm gonna call him Triple S.
Next time we're gonna talk about Leisure Suit Larry and some other PC games. At some point we'll talk about some adventure games. But but thanks for that. Thanks for the insight.
No problem.
All right. So we are going to jump back into the podcast and get to the news. So on that note, we will see you.
Take it easy, sir.
See you, James.
No
Be
problem.
good, sir.
And next time I could talk to you about Sega FES if you want, because I know you're getting into that. I have some insight.
Ooh,
Hey,
hey.
Oh, is he the lady sitting with that swag?
Yeah, you see how we like lean back? Like, hold up, I want to kind of get a little chime in.
Rain
But
time.
hey, you can
Actually,
jump
no,
into my button right
you know
now.
what?
I'll
You can-
just go.
You
It's
can
okay.
stick around then. You
We're
can stick around, and when we talk about it, we can
Yeah,
bring
actually,
you right back in. All
stick
right?
around
Yeah, stick
because
around.
I gotta take a piss.
Well,
Thanks for sharing.
he can take it, but he's not on the show now. You're
I
still
know,
on
right?
the show.
I got
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
I gotta take a piss.
You
though.
got to Rick. No.
They know what's up. It's a podcast.
You got to
goddamn.
wear some diapers or something, man.
Oh, fuck! I didn't make it to the bathroom.
Oh
How'd you
no.
make it through Endgame?
Oh,
You've been
my
sitting
God.
here for less than an hour.
I didn't drink
You
nothing.
probably did. So, all right, we're gonna go to the news and we'll get back to James over here. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Talk to you
so
soon, brother.
We are on to the news. All right. So, what we got for the first news of the day? We have. So, there's been a lot of mini systems being announced, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
A
Yeah.
lot. That's the new. That's the new thing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Nintendo had it for a little bit, but before that, even they had Atari, they had Genesis before. Like they had a bunch of these systems. They had Nintendo. They had a bunch of bad.
I mean, they
systems
were.
that came out. They were
It's
terrible.
good.
They were terrible systems.
Until Nintendo.
So now everybody wants to bring out old titles as new again, and maybe have some collections in them. So this one is a little different though, because Neo Geo. Well, SNK announced a new Neo Geo system. I don't know. It's going to be based off the old system, but is it going to be a mini? Because the mini that they released, that was an arcade-based system. It was like a little arcade,
Right.
and it had the controllers and everything, and the screen built into it.
But it was a weird system because it was.
It was an odd shape.
It was an arcade stick, right?
Yep.
On a mini console, so with a screen and everything. So imagine the SNK arcade system, right?
Shrunk down.
The cabinet, the arcade cabinet, shrunk down to like 3-4 inches.
That's odd to play.
With a freaking joystick, but it's small. Everything is miniature, so it was just odd.
You can connect the controller.
Yeah,
to
that's
it,
true.
and you can hook it up to a TV.
You can hook it up to your TV, and you can also hook up a controller and
Into the
SNK
controller.
But the resolution was a little bit of an issue with that
Correct.
system.
Correct.
But it did sell well,
It
according
did.
to them. It sold well to
Yeah.
SNK and what they had planned for it.
That was like $100.
It was $100, man. It was expensive
$100
for that thing. But Neo Geo was always expensive. Hey, there's a lot of noise you're making over there.
Yeah. Right?
Dude, give me a break, man. Give me a break. Jesus.
But so SNK announced that there will be a new type of Neo Geo. I'm saying they'll probably play the old games again. They've licensed out to other companies this technology, and it's been pretty bad. So I don't know if SNK is going to actually do it themselves this time to make sure that you get something that loads faster than 8 minutes a game. So let's see what this is. Maybe it's a new Neo Geo. Who knows? I know they were broke and they were bankrupt for a while, and then they came back because other companies came in and helped them out. But the games are still there. They announced the Metal Slug, a new game of Metal Slug, and I know Samurai Showdown comes out in either June or July. And
What 6 or 4? What was it 6, right?
I don't know if they're adding a 6 to it.
No,
It's
I
just Samurai Showdown right
It's
now.
just yeah.
But it
Yeah,
plays
still
a lot like
check
2,
that out.
but it has the 3D graphics, and
That's
it looks
cool.
real smooth. It looks dope.
It looks
cool.
like
So,
what they do. with
Samurai
Street
Shadow
Fighter.
was
Yo,
dope.
aren't
Yeah.
they playing that at Evo?
It might have been out then as a demo.
It's like,
I know it's out. I've seen people playing it online,
It's
and
like-
it looks really dope.
graphics of Street Fighter 5.
but it looks very similar to games.
No, it looks good.
It looks good.
So if this new system is gonna play games like that, that'll be pretty dope. I want to see what this looks like.
Imagine that, man.
It'll be crazy.
Ooh.
But I don't think I think it's gonna play the old Neo Geo games. But we'll see about that. And then still going with the minis. This whole thing is about minis if you're paying attention.
You did it wrong. Mini.
Oh man, go.
You did it.
Next.
That wasn't right.
That was.
So still going with the minis. PlayStation Classic, which is PlayStation Mini, but PlayStation Classic is now free at Best Buy when you buy a PlayStation 4 Pro.
This shit is free.
Wow.
So let's talk about a failure
They're literally
for a
giving it
moment.
away.
Damn.
They are giving these things away. Listen,
Damn.
I am in the store. I know how many are available. So listen, this is what happened. The first day they went on sale. Someone bought 100 of them, right? And I guarantee you they have 99 still sitting in their closet.
Oh man.
Waste of money.
Because they thought this was going to be like the Nintendo Mini
Hell no.
and sell, or Nintendo Classic.
Their lineup was
Dumb
trash.
purchase.
And they were going to get like
doo-doo.
$400 for it, $500 for it each, right? And they were going to take it to the bank. They just bought all of them. Not really what happened, because the PlayStation Classic really didn't have the titles that it should have.
Nope.
No.
At all.
Nope.
And if it did, it had PAL versions in the US and they were slower.
Yeah.
And it was off an emulator that was free. There was a lot of mistakes they
was
made with this.
Bad press. all around.
Anyone could have made it. And exactly, you can actually take this and put your own titles on it and make it decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for free, it's not a bad deal.
No.
It's like, it's there.
But on top of that, though, that still doesn't even run.
No,
regular.
It doesn't
even run
great.
the right way.
Listen, you know what's funny? The Super Nintendo and the Nintendo Classic, they can play PlayStation games better than the PlayStation
God,
Classic.
man!
Wow, that's
Off the
embarrassing.
emulator that's
You know what's messed up? How does that even happen? Like, how does that release?
Sony doesn't care. They want to cash grab, and they didn't really care.
They outsourced it to another developer that handled the fucking thing, and
we currently have at least 200 of these still.
They have no respect for their own lineage.
How much are they if you don't buy the PS4
They're
Pro?
$40 right now. They were 100.
They were 100.
Yeah, how long has it even been? 6 months since they've been out?
Yeah, what did you say? 40?
They came out about Christmas, right before Christmas.
So it's not even 6 months before this.
They're $40.
$40. They were 100.
It will start off at $100. It's $40, and you get it free if you.
So Red Dead Redemption 2 is more expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A video game.
A regular game.
Well, an hour of that game is probably worth more than every game on that PS.
But listen, it comes with two
PS Mini.
controllers. The two controllers, if you bought two PlayStation
It's more.
controllers,
Yeah, it's more.
than the entire.
That is.
So the system is still free with the purchase of two PlayStation controllers. Is basically how it is.
That's ass crack and dick cheese.
So I don't know if they'll ever make another mini system. A PlayStation 2 mini, if done correctly, could be dope, but they don't have.
PlayStation 2 had
to do it.
so many hits on there.
They don't have the license to do it, and they don't have the emulator to do it.
Yeah.
So
And
it's not gonna happen.
the highest.
They
selling,
can build it.
Still to this day, the highest selling system. of
PS2,
all time.
right?
They can build a little PlayStation or a PlayStation. Like, they've made it tiny anyway. They could have made it even smaller and be able to play anything on it and just charge you $150 if they wanted to. But they really failed.
Bam.
They really failed. on
That's
that.
sad.
So last but not least,
Oh, Jesus. Can we just skip this?
let's talk about.
I'd rather not.
I was gonna play the trailer.
No,
But-
don't do that. You're having a good day.
Listen. But everyone who did it got Sega telling them that they own their video. So I'm not gonna play it.
Plus,
Might thank me later.
That's
But
hilarious.
listen, this is my take on it. It's a movie for a different demographic than us. I mean, it should have been for our demographic, but honestly, if you think of a Sonic movie, it's not going to be for anyone who played
Sonic
the
1, Sonic
games
2, Sonic
back
3.
on
They
the
didn't.
Genesis.
They definitely didn't make this movie for our age
This
of
is
gamers.
for the people who
They
love
wanna
the cartoon.
They want
or
to
want
introduce
to
the
be
kids.
introduced to it again. They don't have the image of Sonic in their head.
They're doing it for the kids that maybe watch the cartoon, that read the comics, and they're doing it for a cash grab for the kids. They're gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, he's so furry and he's fast."
But this is for people who like Sonic. Sonic Night Adventure, whatever that was. This is for the
Sonic and the Black Knight.
The Sonic 06 lovers. This is for people who played all the bad Sonic games and loved them, so they don't care about this movie.
No, I think this movie's gonna make money.
It'll make money.
It's gonna make money
from the
and it's gonna
generation
do
that
good.
they're trying to.
The name
to
itself.
The only reason why I say this is because I remember there was another
Terrible.
1980s IP that was made into a movie.
Ninja Turtles.
Well, that was one of them, but there was another one that I was like, "There's no way in hell they're making another one of these because this looks horrible." And that was Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh, Alvin and the Chipmunks. Yeah.
Remember that?
Didn't they make like 3 of them?
They made 3 of them.
Yeah.
And
They
that
make
shit
money.
made money. Made like tons of money.
Because they marketed to kids.
Exactly.
Well,
That's right.
and then the parents got to pay
So,
for themselves to take their
different,
kids
though.
to see this movie.
Another movie wasn't, and even though it was a terrible fucking movie and I hated it, but kids bought it and it sold really well. Inspector Gadget.
Oh boy.
I hated that movie.
That was a bad.
I used to love that cartoon.
That was one of my
That was not
favorite
the cartoon.
cartoons.
I
Like,
used to love
The
that
movie
cartoon.
was
you
not
know how
the
much I
cartoon.
like Punisher?
No
I like
kidding.
Inspector Gadget.
Inspector Gadget was
Tetris.
dope.
But
One of the best theme songs of all
that
time.
movie though. But that movie.
Nah, that was a terrible.
You know
And
what
can
it
we
is?
go back to this trailer real quick?
But go ahead.
No.
Something that really irks me about it. Why is Gangsta's Paradise the theme song?
It was
for
odd.
this?
That's one of the problems I
That-
have
that-
with it. That's
think
like
it
my
was a
third
joke.
problem.
I think it was a joke. I think it was made to be a joke so people can laugh at it because it's so absurd.
I think it was absurd.
I think it was a joke that just went too far.
I think
Like
this-
it kept playing throughout everything. I'm like, no, this is stupid.
if it was just the instrumental and it was like, okay, it's a movie soundtrack. It's not Gangster's Paradise. I was listening. I was like, okay, they didn't drop a word yet. It didn't say gangster or anything. I was like, fine. And it was getting cut bad in it too. But then when it did start singing Gangsta's Paradise, I was like, oh, no, they messed up.
What's horrible? First of all, Gangsta's Paradise was used in another movie, and you're gonna use it for this movie.
A
Not
movie
even
with
remix.
substance.
It just
If
doesn't.
they remixed it with Green Hill Zone, it would have been amazing.
No, how about they just make Green Hill Zone?
Green Hill Zone, or some track that you just want to
Or-
run
This
to.
has nothing to do with our nostalgia. That's why.
But the thing
At
is,
all.
the worst. It's not even like the music; it's the design of Sonic. It's probably the most offensive looking thing.
It can
He
be.
looks like a crackhead.
Well, it's like
He looks
can
like
get
a
no-
fucking crackhead.
But listen. This is coming from you. Never got over the
Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles. Remake.
This is worse.
But you never got over them though. You still think?
No,
this is horrible.
I think they shit on them. Yeah, I think they
They
shit
do
on
look
them.
horrible. But I watched the movie and I got used to that. I wouldn't say it
They
was
shit on
better
them.
than the first.
No, what
movies.
Nick? With the cartoon, what they did to them recently.
Oh no!
That is
No.
absurd.
That's bad.
That is absurd. I don't
bro,
think
look-
what they did to the Ninja Turtles is absurd.
That's
I just think it's
slapsticky,
just
though.
it's just not good. I didn't like the design.
So honestly, listen, I actually didn't hate the trailer. Honestly, I did find things that I liked in it.
I can understand
Oh
that.
no.
I know that.
I just hated the design. To be honest, I just hated the design on Sonic.
because if you-
Everything else wasn't really horrible.
Honestly, if you look at the way Sonic moves
Robotnik?
in that trailer,
it wasn't
it's
horrible.
so accurate.
No, it wasn't
Listen,
horrible.
accurate.
It's just the way he looked fucking stupid.
The things
and it
they
took
got
me out
right-
of everything else.
The things they got right in the trailer, the sound effects.
Sound
Yes.
effects,
Point sound effects.
The
I was
ring.
like, oh, okay.
that
that's good.
ring power though was terrible.
And the spin
The
up.
Jim Carrey
up
at
is
the
dope.
end, at the very end of the trailer,
Robotnik?
when you see his mustache,
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, okay.
Jim
He can play the
Jim
role.
Carrey
I was like,
sold
he
me.
looks like.
He can
He's
play
a
the
fact,
role.
though.
No,
He's a
he'll
fact.
Jim
figure it
Carrey
out.
sold me in
But-
the movie.
Yeah.
But
I want to see the movie because of Jim Carrey.
I said all that to say this, that I did not laugh one time, not even a snicker, to the fucking whole trailer.
I laughed.
It was not funny.
You
It's funny.
were probably too busy looking at Sonic and saying like,
No,
damn.
it just wasn't funny.
Why they do
like,
my man Sonic like
like,
that?
listen,
Sonic is too tall. This
His
yeah.
legs are
Yeah.
so
Just
long
to go through what's wrong with
and
Sonic.
hairy.
He's too tall. The hair I can get used to.
his hands are small.
Teeth are in there.
Where's his gloves?
Teeth are different.
His eyes are small. His hands are small. His
Well,
feet are small.
His eyes don't connect is the problem.
You know,
But that's not a real thing. Eyes shouldn't connect anyway. But
No,
they had
That's what he looks
all
like.
they had to do was use the sprite from Smash Ultimate of Sonic and make the hair a little bit more textured and leave it at that.
dude-
that's
a dude-
all
you had to-
you know what?
What if they did this? What if they did this? What if they took the 3D model before it came out and just changed it to what we want to see? Because people online in
No, they've
one
done
day,
it. They've done it already. Yeah.
Yeah.
people in one day have made it look the right.
No,
right
they
way.
fixed them. They fixed
They
them.
fixed the
Yeah,
eyes.
so
They
get
changed the nose
this.
a little bit, and it's fine.
Get this though. Get this. This is the part that baffles me is that they have Pikachu. Another trailer that I saw, and
That
I
was
was like,
great.
oh, that looks like Pikachu.
That
And
looks
it's the
great.
same premise where it's a
hairy.
fucking animated
They didn't
character
change him.
in a real world.
He's small,
They changed him. They just made him
fur's
furry or whatever.
textured.
Yeah. And it's like,
but they
he
made
looks-
all of them. All of them look
Yeah.
like they belong.
And they look like the source material.
Yeah.
Why can't they do that with? No, they couldn't do that with
They
Sonic.
were whoever designed
Like,
it
nah.
was just on the wrong thing. But Jim Carrey surprised me because I thought he was done being that type of character. Because that's like Ace Ventura
Fire Marshal Bill.
and Fire Marshal Bill type deal
Yeah.
now. And the way I've seen him act and do any movie or even talk to anybody, is like, yo, that character's dead. I don't do that for
No,
Hollywood.
he's probably going to be good for the movie. He'll probably be...
But it was hilarious,
Yeah.
his part. And then the one part I did laugh at in the thing when it was like, is that a kid in the bag? And he's like, no. It is a kid, but it's not mine. Like,
yeah.
but it was pretty funny. Though.
That was funny. Yeah.
And then they showed Robotnik. I don't think he ever got fat, like bigger.
He's got balls.
I think he just got the bald head and the glasses and the mustache. But I bet you that's the last scene in the movie.
Probably.
Yep.
It's not. It's
That's
not
like
really...
the scene after the credits.
And so they can
Post-credit
set the
scene.
premise for the sequel.
I'll give
And
you
there
one.
probably will be.
I'll set it even higher than that. I'm gonna say that
Returns to it.
I'm gonna say that scene was an extra footage that they just threw in for the trailer, and it's not even in the movie.
No
Just
way.
saying that.
No way.
Because
I think
you think you got disappointed this
It's
film?
definitely
Watch.
in. It's
Just watch.
definitely in the movie.
I said it here first. Y'all heard me. Y'all heard me.
That's possible.
Come November,
You know why I
you're gonna
said-
have to refer to this.
You know why I say this? You know why I say this? Because there was a movie years ago that came out that was abysmal. It was the worst movie I ever seen, and I was so hyped for it. And when I saw the trailer, I was like, "Oh, this looks awesome." And then when I saw the movie, I was like, "This movie's boring," and that none of the scenes in the trailer were in the movie.
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four.
Oh,
Fantastic Four.
Hold on, which one? The one with Michael B. Jordan?
The
Or?
last 50 seconds.
All the action they took out of it.
Dude,
That was an hour and 40 minutes of my life that
And
I
then
can't take back.
I read
that hurt my
you.
feelings.
I read an
All right,
article
listen, do you
about
think-
the freaking friction that they had with the director, and they cut so much. They
But
cut
do
their
you-
budget. They couldn't even have those scenes.
But to bring it back
Garbage.
to this, though, do you think Sonic will be better than Fantastic Four?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think it'll be.
I can't say because I
Well,
didn't see
no,
it.
you know what?
But
If
do
it
you?
gets-
Do you think it'll do better?
As
Yeah.
a better
Yeah,
movie, or do I think
absolutely.
it was
Because
better in
it's
the
a movie.
theaters?
Do you
Absolutely.
think you'll
Yes.
get better reviews of it, and do you think it'll do better than Fantastic?
Yes.
Money wise, yeah.
Yeah.
money-wise,
It'll
yes.
probably still fail. It'll probably still lose money, but it depends on what.
I think
No.
they'll make some enough for a sequel. I think they'll make enough
Listen,
for a
you think
sequel.
be
It'll go straight to DVD.
I thought Alvin and the Chipmunks was like the worst looking. That they didn't look. like cartoons.
Alvin!
And then it made 3 of them,
Yeah.
and it made money.
Smurfs
so it's
too.
like it's a different
Smurfs
market.
too. Smurfs also.
Oh,
All right, I'm done with this. Done with Sonic. Done with him. Let's get some
But yeah,
Look
let's
at
go.
that furry
Let's get into the
bastard.
main
I'm not
topic.
as mad. I'm not as mad as them.
Let's get into the main topic.
I'm disappointed.
The trailer, I'm not angry. I just hate his design. He looks like a fucking crackhead. So just let's go.
He might get gloves and big feet.
Fix
Who knows?
everything else.
And stop playing Gangsta's
the whole-
Paradise in the goddamn
Maybe
trailer.
he'll look like. Listen, all right. This is
Yeah.
the last thing, and then we're done with this. Maybe he'll look like the Sonic we care about when Dr. Robotnik looks like Robotnik,
No.
and they're
no.
and they're in his world. Because I
No.
know they're going there.
Nope.
Maybe it'll happen.
They should make the whole movie animated. Next.
Or just make it over.
They should have. They
So
should have
let's-
done the whole movie animated.
All
So
right.
let's move on to the main topic of the night.
Yo.
So,
Oh, we have a main topic?
yeah. Everything's a main topic. That's what happens.
Yo.
So, we've been wanting to get to this for a while. I know it's a little late. They talked about this a little bit, but there was big news that kept sidetracking us from talking about this.
Yeah.
But who doesn't want to talk about Sega?
I love Sega.
Me too.
Sega.
If I could sing the little tune, I could do it.
Sega! Oh, we all key, bro.
Didn't.
We are all
Because I
key.
can't say it.
Sega. Oh,
No,
still
that
all
was
key.
horrible.
So,
Still
we're going to talk about Sega FES
Yo, you
Fucking
pitch it,
terrible.
dog. You pitch it.
2019.
Sounded like Ricola.
So,
Terrible.
so,
Why you hate?
so this is
sound like Fergie and
this is something Sega does yearly.
We gotta bring James back.
They got
right?
some good announcements. We're gonna bring James back for this one. So I guess we can bring him in. Are we gonna bring him in the same way we did before?
Let's
Or-
bring him.
Is he still up?
Bring him in, Mister. I don't play
Let's
Fire
see,
Emblem.
Let's see if he's still around.
Let's go and see if he's
Damn.
still in Hangouts.
There he goes. Hey,
he's still here.
Welcome back, sir.
What's up, sir?
I should have been here for Sonic.
Oh, did you just watch the trailer?
Did you have anything
No,
to say
I
about
had
it?
seen that earlier today, if not yesterday, so I know all about it. And your main topic is like a perfect fit because look at the time frame; both are being shown.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And number
Good
two,
time.
Gangsta Paradise would have been good
No, it
if
wouldn't have.
Sonic had his gangsta look,
Yeah.
If he was, yeah.
but he didn't.
No.
He didn't.
If it was
Yeah.
Sonic,
Once again, I will agree with Jay. I'm happy to see Jim Carrey being in a funny limelight, not like his serious like kill me limelight.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
that was
I mean,
kind of good.
All right.
Welcome back, Jim.
Thank you.
No, not you. Jim.
Not you.
Jim Carrey.
I thought you just called James Jim.
Nah, I was talking about Jim Carrey.
Damn.
That's fame.
I got many names, so I responded.
What up, Jim?
Fame, Jim.
Jimbo.
Jimbo.
So,
Jim Fame.
so you've seen what Sega announced during Sega FES, right?
Pretty much. Not everything, but I got a couple of big important things.
Okay, so I mean, Sega does this thing called Sega Ages. They're bringing that back again.
Gain ground.
So, Sega Ages was something that was a budget type game released from Sega when the PS2 was out, I believe. I have mixed thoughts about how that turned out. I mean, I was very excited about it because they were bringing back like Golden Axe and Phantasy Star, the role playing games, and like Space Harrier and all the old like Panzer Dragoon, all that stuff was being released again. Maybe done up a little better. That's how they said. They said it was going to be remade and look better on the newer systems. That wasn't the case. So if I could just bring you to, like, there was no Streets of Rage. There was no. When they did have Golden Axe, do you remember how
It was awful.
They ruined that. They ruined Golden Axe.
They ruined Golden
the
Axe.
music was cool, but the game was terrible. It's like they just gave these things to low budget.
Phantasy Star 2 was good though, right?
It
That
was.
remake was really good.
It was good, but
Did they
never
have a
came out to
Star
America.
too?
Oh, it never came out to
No.
never came out to
Star
America.
1 did.
It got the.
No, never came out in America.
Not in America though. I don't
No.
know if they even made a Phantasy Star 2 remake
Yes,
though.
2
They
was
did.
They did too.
Yes,
They did
Yeah,
too also.
artwork and everything.
The collection came out.
It got the.
It looked really good.
It got the PlayStation Classic treatment.
Wow.
It looked really good. No, I saw it.
Most of
so
those
they-
games, though, they did get translated. They're online to download. I did download it, and I did play a little bit of it. It's pretty dope. But they ruined one of my songs in it, and I refused to play
For which one?
it. The part 1.
Phase Star 1?
Yeah, they
okay.
messed up the dungeon music, and I refused to play it.
Uh,
So, that's
Boycotting.
important. It's important. You put it
Boycott.
on CD, you make it sound better, not worse. But so Sega Ages was a big flop when that came out, and then they came out with Sega Ages again and started just re-releasing titles, not changing them, just re-releasing them on newer platforms. So they put it in like
Emulator. Let me stop.
basically kind of, but it was in like the Nintendo on like the Wii U and all that. It was in the Nintendo store and stuff like that. They bring out Sega Ages.
Much better.
Yeah.
Much
So
better.
they announced some stuff they're bringing it back to the Switch,
Bringing it back.
and they are doing a stupendous job, by the way, because they gave it to a good company that actually puts new things in it to make it better than the original.
Yep.
It's not just a straight emulator. So like they added maps on the side, they added different graphics on the side, they made the game play better, like everything they should have done for
Outrun
re-release
60
like that.
frames. 60 frames to outrun.
Yes, Outrun 60 frames. Say it again.
Every time
60
you
frames
mention
to outrun.
60 frames.
60 frames.
Oh, 60
Everything
frames.
60 frames.
60 frames. 60
But-
frames.
Frames.
Yes,
60 frames.
they improved the titles. So they announced that these titles are going to come out. Shinobi,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
G-Lock, Air Battle. I don't know what those are. Some of them are Japanese, like
Uh-oh. Read it.
Uh-oh.
Sound it out.
Herzog
Sound it out. Sound it out.
Herzog Sweet.
that's one of them. I could say that one.
Sound it out. Sound it out.
Ichidant R. I've never heard of this game. All right,
Neither have I.
fine.
Super R-Type?
Herzog Zwi, you said?
Herzog Sweet, I think it is. Yeah.
It's Wheat, whatever. But Wonder Boy and Monster Land, and Fantasy Zone, and those are announced for the Switch, and they released a couple already here, like
Fantasy Star.
Fantasy Star,
Game
and
Ground.
Alice Kid,
Outrun.
Game
Alice
Ground.
Kid.
How about just let me say it?
Nah, man.
Say it.
Nah, man.
I'm
Yeah.
Too
You
excited.
gotta
Too excited.
interrupt.
And he hasn't spoken for like the past 20 minutes.
Exactly. So,
This is Sega. I
I've been
can't
waiting.
Gotta let him rock.
catch
Gotta let
them
him rock.
Except
I
for
wait.
60 frames and whatever.
I was silent for half the podcast. Silent for half the podcast.
all. So this is Sega. This is Sega mouth here. He's gonna continue.
Yeah.
Sega Mouth.
Take it over, man. What happened next?
So yeah,
Wow.
so Sega Age is back. It's awesome. I can't wait for that, especially if they're releasing them the way they are. Project Sakura Wars. I never played it for Saturn. I know it was a huge title back then. I know the anime. That's coming back. It's announced for PS4.
Hold on, but did you look at that though?
Sakura Wars?
The Sakura Wars.
I did not see what. I mean, is it a story game?
It looks like it's
It's a novel, but it's a strategy
okay.
game.
So
is
there
what it
was a
usually
game
is.
for for PlayStation that had like mech, but you also fought out of mech. It was Turnstile.
Okay,
Hmm.
I
might
can't
have- was
remember
it not
the name.
Sakura
I played
Wars?
the shit too. Say it again.
it might have been Sakura Wars. No.
No. It wasn't Circle Rose. I mean, if I ran downstairs right now, I get the freaking game itself.
It wasn't Front Mission.
But the game itself has the graphics almost looking as the new Dragon Quests.
Okay.
They're
Like
pretty.
anime, straight up anime.
With like a suit and tie guy with a sword, but then throwing mechs. It's a shame that these games aren't here because it looks really good.
Okay. I mean,
So
people
I
were
have to
excited
say, I
about
looked at it
so-
and I was disappointed. That's like a game.
What happened? this is
Faded
Google
out a little
Hangouts dropping you again.
Oh, I said that I'm sad that it's not a game that we can actually touch because it does look good.
Oh yeah, because it's only in Japan. All these, I mean, most of the stuff is still going to be in Japan. Hopefully, it does make it over here. They announced the Olympics, like Sonic and Mario at the Olympics, like they always do.
Yeah.
And that does well. I never played them. Like seriously,
neither.
it's not track and field, but it's the Olympics, and it'll do fine because
But do you know why? Like, what's really big about that?
No.
Japan, Tokyo, however you want to call it,
Hmm.
the Olympics will be held there
Oh, of
coming up.
course.
So
Of course, they're gonna have a ton.
it
of back and
goes
forth.
it goes really good with that whole thing that they got right now. And the game actually, the games look like they were being on. I got a little confused because I was checking things out. It showed it almost like you playing it on your phone, but you're also playing on a system.
That's odd.
How I don't know if that's just different platforms with different games, but
Maybe you
That
have
looks
to
pretty
actually
cool.
run outside in the street with your phone, and it'll regulate yourself in the game. We'll see.
then my fat ass can't play. I'm sorry, but I can spectate and cheerlead.
That's what's up.
And then to just break down another thing they had, the biggest thing that they announced, obviously the Sega Genesis Mini, Mega Drive Mini.
40 games.
So, and they said it's going to launch September 19th. So that's not out yet, but they said a cool thing about it. So we all knew this was going to happen. We knew it was coming. Like I said, they've been Genesis Minis out beforehand, but these were all made by At Games or AT Games, however you want to say it. But they made them terrible. They made the emulation of them terrible. All the music was bad. Graphics were barely good. Like it played bad. The controllers were bad. Like they put it to them at first. This is the first thing you heard about them when they announced it was that they were gonna give it to At Games. Now, after they got the backlash of them saying that, they said, "Oh no, At Games are fired. M2 is gonna make the system now, and M2 is the ones who make all the emulated games from like they do the Sega Ages, I believe,
Oh, they do.
and they add all the extra stuff to the games.
Yeah.
So they
Love it.
announced a ton of stuff on here. So if I was to go in here and see,
That worked?
No.
Oh,
no, it's not gonna balance.
I thought that was gonna.
When you start announcing, is there anything that Stallion's going to be announcing for it?
Who? What? What?
Is there anything that you're going to be announcing for?
He doesn't know what's on here.
I know. I'm waiting for them to announce Shining Force 2.
So the
They
They only have part 1 on there.
Only
They
announced
Oh,
like
so
10.
you know that
Look
much,
for
okay.
the second,
okay.
the second list. I have the first list right.
Really?
I want the
this is-
second list.
So 10 to 20. Or yeah. So I have the first 10 here while Turbo's looking up the rest. So they have. This is a good list of games, by the way.
No, it is. It's
And
really
I'm not
good.
even a Genesis. Like
That's
I
a
didn't
great
have
list.
Genesis, but I know the good games for
That's
it.
a great
and
list.
This is way better than the PlayStation Mini. So they announced Comic Zone, which was
Ooh,
great.
that's
at
a
the
classic.
Time. It's a hard game, but it's good.
Yeah.
Gunstar Heroes,
Yes.
classic.
Yeah.
This is this is a Japanese
Better
version.
be freaking Gunstar. Heroes.
Seriously. It's one of
So the
best
games that are released in America are going to be different. I mean, those two are definitely going to be on it.
America.
But Madao Monogatari,
Not sure what that
that's
is.
not going to be in
Whatever that is.
America.
That's gonna be American,
It's
man.
not going to be on the
Come in
American.
here. It's America.
Rent a Hero. Rent a Hero is not going to be in America, but I played it on the emulator. It was whatever. Shining Force.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that'll make
Yes.
it. That'll make it over here. Space Harrier 2. Surprise!
Yes,
surprise.
no.
That'll
Two
make
is
it over
dope.
here.
2 is dope.
Two.
Puyo Puyo. I don't know if that's going to make it over here.
Puyo.
It
Puyo.
might be Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, but I don't
No,
know.
Puyo.
Did that
Not a
come
fan.
out
Not a fan of that game.
Puyo.
It's not a great game. Stop it.
Not a fan. I like puzzle games. I don't like that.
Vampire Killer, which is Castlevania Bloodlines, I believe.
That was dope.
So that should be in.
Bloodlines was really good.
Yeah,
That was
that'll be
good.
in.
So underrated.
And
Yeah.
then this other game, Wrestle
Never
Ball,
played
that's
that
not
one.
coming over here. Whatever that is. But the 10 that they released over here, they announced another 10
Yeah, I
for
got,
over here. Do you have a list? Do
I
you have
got
the
it
list
right
for-
there. Those are 11 to 20.
Let me see. You have the English list, right?
I got both.
Oh, no, it's Japanese.
Western's right there and the Japanese right there.
Okay, go down the list.
Okay, for Western, we have Castle of Illusion, Mickey Mouse.
All right, don't get too loud.
Oh shit.
Castle of Illusion.
Castle of Illusion.
Okay.
And World of Illusion.
World of
also-
Illusion is so clutch. That's
Both
genius.
of those games.
Earthworm Jim.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good. I like the
That's big.
Landstalker.
I never played it, but I heard it
Played
was
the
very good.
shit out of that game.
I heard it was very
Not
good.
Lady Stalker.
Damn.
Hey,
Hey.
That's a game.
Hey.
That's a
Whoa.
game. We made this back. We looked it up on another podcast. Go back and look.
Probotector.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that was actually really good.
What
that
the
game
fuck
is
is
actually
that?
really good.
It's really good. I
That's
never
actually
played.
really
What was that
good.
movie?
It sounded
they
like
did?
you just making.
Probotector.
It sounded like you just made that up.
Don't do that again.
All right. It sounded like I made it right. Shinobi 3: Return of the Ninja Master.
Shinobi 3 was dope.
Okay.
No, stop that. Shinobi 3 was
Sonic-
dope.
Never big on
Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Yep,
Yes.
that's classic.
it. Not what?
Streets of
Oh,
Streets of Rage 2.
Oh, Street
Yeah,
Fighter.
Yeah.
that deserves
good
to be there. No 3, thank goodness.
Super Fantasy Zone. Super
Who
Fantasy Zone.
cares? I mean, it's
played it.
supposed to be there, but who cares?
Thunder Force 3.
Okay. You know how many
played
shooters they had on Genesis?
And then Japanese is getting Contra Hardcore.
we're getting that. Stop it. We better be getting.
Nah,
That's all
it's
focused
on the list. Not on the list.
It's gonna be. There's 40 games there now.
We'll see if it's 21 to 40. See if
Uh-oh.
it pops up there.
Uh-oh.
Game no Kenzume Otokuyu.
What?
That's not American.
No, it's not. But we have to.
That's not even English.
Musha. M-U-S-H.
I heard of that.
S-H-A. It's
Musha.
I think that was
Musha.
Dude, you're butchering
Yo.
this.
I think that was like an aerial shooter.
Yeah, I think so.
Dyna Brothers 2 Special for Japanese. And that's the only other exclusives that they're going to get that we're
Ain't
not
nobody
gonna
care about those.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
I just want to hear Shining Force 2.
So what game? All right. So,
No, they got the one. That's fine.
so James, what do you think of the list that's currently available? What do you think? Do you think it's good?
There's
Do you
some
think that
good
would be
games.
good enough?
Like
that was
they
it?
grabbed some really good ones to start off with, which are like clutch. You know, to be perfectly honest, I wasn't even expecting to hear the Shining Force, whether it's 1, 2, whatever. I wasn't
Really?
expecting to hear that at all. But the fact that they put one of them on, which is probably going to mean that 2's going to come,
Probably.
it's really good. Which means they identify that there's people that love that freaking. So
One and two
It's very
is 1 and 2 is like
very good game.
strategy
Very
role
good.
players.
great games.
It set the tone for strategy role players. Like,
And they still haven't released 3
Get it.
completely yet.
don't get me fucking started about 3.
Mad angry.
I'll fucking throw shit.
I was literally playing Shining Force 1. This is the 6 Plus. I had the smaller iPhone before
Okay.
this. I was playing Shining Force 1 on that job that me and Eric had up in the Bronx. Private eye crap.
yeah.
I was sitting in my car until my eyes were so crossed I wanted to throw up playing Shining Force 1 on my phone. It was so awesome.
And
So-
you
Have it on the
were
minute. You know,
What?
it's good.
you were
to
playing
have.
part 2 then.
No, part 2 wasn't on there. Wasn't on the phone.
No.
Emulator,
No.
emulator, yeah, but like not on the
Not
phone.
on the-
I always
I don't
look
think they
on
put
the
it on the
phone.
phone.
No, they didn't. And I'm like, you fucking pieces of shit. I would actually buy it because sometimes I'm really fucking bored somewhere.
Somewhere.
on the board somewhere.
So angry.
I got my Final Fantasy 2 on my phone.
Hey, nobody care about that game.
Disrespectful.
So if they came out with a Saturn Mini and just had Shining Force 3 on it complete, would you buy it?
Only if they fix something up, like the graphics
For
a little bit.
$100.
I got it on the computer, so
they
I
had
really
Guardian
get to...
Heroes. Yo.
Guardian Hero.
Yo.
But what would? All right. So I know they didn't announce them all. Is there something missing that you really want on this show?
Shining Force 2, easily.
Besides that,
Yeah, Shining Force 2.
Star 2.
Fanstar 2,
Phantasy
definitely.
Star 2.
What about
Needs to be
Vector
on
Man?
there.
And Phase Star 3. Throw that on
Vector
top.
Man definitely
Overrated.
should be on there. No, Vector Man should
very
be on there.
overrated. I think it should stay off.
No, it should
What
be
about,
on there. It's a classic. It's
A
a Sega
Sonic
classic.
3D
It'll probably
Blast.
be there, though.
It's a Sega classic.
No.
What
Sonic
about
and Knuckles.
Sonic
What
3
about
should be there.
Ultra
Sonic
Beast?
Knuckles should be there.
Ultra Beast is not on there?
Game Ground
think it would be.
deserves it.
I would
but
swear it's on there. I
But
thought
it's
I
not
saw
on
it on
Future
there.
Rage 1?
I thought I saw pictures of things with altered.
I mean,
but I'm
that
not
too,
sure.
but
What about Evander
No, it wasn't.
Holyfield's
They
Real
don't
Deal
want
I love the
Boxing?
soundtrack, though. Soundtrack for 3 was
Oh
garbage.
God.
it's terrible.
Garbage.
3 soundtrack was terrible. Streets of Rage 2.
Streets of Rage 3's soundtrack
That's what killed
was
the game.
What
goddamn
did?
trash.
If the soundtrack was part 1, it would be on there.
I
I
couldn't play.
wonder
Hmm.
if I could find a hacked ROM that put the Part 2's music in Part 3. Yeah, I would totally play that.
It's easily the best Streets of Rage if you do that.
Did
I
Beyond
heard
Oasis,
Genesis was
Beyond
dope.
Oasis get announced?
We
or
own
no?
the comics.
Oh, Beyond Oasis!
That was not enough.
That was not it.
Oh,
That should be
Beyond
on there.
Oasis is
Beyond
a
Oasis,
gem.
it needs
That's
to
a
be on
gem.
there. Beyond the needs to be on there.
Oh, that's
And
a gem.
throwing a little
The one
like
for Saturn.
Adventures
Oh,
of
no, it's
Batman and
Legendary.
Robin. That was really good
Oh,
too.
yeah.
That was like Gunstar.
Genesis.
That was good.
That was
I
like
wouldn't
Gunstar.
have mind a what's it called? The fighting game.
Don't cry.
We were just talking about
Eternal
it.
Champions.
Eternal Champion.
Wow.
Wow, I just
Some people like that. It's kind of cool.
no, a lot of people
I
are
liked
talking
it,
about that
man.
just came out.
What's that?
Fatalities. Come on, throw that.
Mortal
man.
Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. Why would not the original Mortal Kombat?
Ultimate Mortal
Mortal
Kombat 3
Kombat
on
1?
Genesis?
No.
Original.
No, the original
Mortal
first
Kombat.
one with the blood. With the blood.
3 on Genesis?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
that's
Genesis had it. I had it. I think I had to put the blood code in,
I
or
know,
was
I
that
heard.
no Super Nintendo?
Super Nintendo had the blood code.
Nintendo had
Yeah.
No, there was no
Yeah.
blood code.
So
on Genesis.
Genesis had the one that was with the blood. That
with
would
the
have been
first
Yep.
one.
Super Nintendo had the sweat.
Actually,
Yeah, the sweat.
I think there was a code, but you can open the full blood on Genesis.
You could, yeah.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah, there was a code to open
Yeah.
up full blood on
Yeah.
Genesis.
Take heads
Yeah.
off. That was great.
But I mean, that should probably be. Well, it depends on if they're bringing this out for kids. They don't want to M-rated.
Man, who care about the kids?
Yeah.
Ain't
Oh,
nobody
come
care
on.
about the
We
kids.
were
This is
still-
nostalgia.
Street Fighter is
Man, they see all kinds of things on the internet, porn, everything, blood, people doing all kinds of nasty
Yo,
shit.
we were
It's all
kids.
fine. Put it on there. We were kids at one time.
We were kids
turned
when
out
we
just
played
fine.
this
We
Sir,
turned out just fine.
I played
Did
in
we
the
though?
arcade as a kid, asking for quarters from my family.
Yeah.
Exactly.
As a kid.
And you see how we
In
all
public.
turned out.
We had Narc, we had Mortal Kombat, we had Technocock for Genesis.
Watch out for the syringes.
That was a bottle of blood. Immortal for Genesis. Come on
That's what I
now.
want.
Immortal, yep.
I want
Oh,
Techno
garbage.
They gotta put
No.
Spider-Man and Batman on the Genesis. Man.
No
Put
immortal.
them both on.
That old Spider-Man game, like, I was excited to have it when I had it, but I
You
cannot
can't play
play
it
that
no
game.
more. You can't play it
Hell
no
no.
more. Not after this
Hell
one.
no,
You
that
can't play.
You wet people up.
No.
No, you can't play any Spider-Man after this.
And you know what's crazy about that game? Like, it was a nice little feature, but you literally had to take pictures to pay for your web fluid.
Nah.
Yeah.
That's that bullshit. That's that bullshit.
And if anyone who got to the end of that game knows, if you don't have enough web fluid, you ain't beating that game.
No, you screwed, man.
Batman
That was a
and
tough game. That
Spider-Man
was a
should
tough game.
not ever be played again on Genesis.
Oh,
I'm
God.
sorry.
The
Come on,
the one
Batman,
based on the animated series was dope. Batman and Robin, that was dope.
No, Batman.
You mean Batman based on the 1989
Batman.
movie?
The old.
Don't
Okay.
play that
Oh, like
ever
the single,
again.
the
that
single
was- yeah,
Batman
yeah.
and Spider-Man
Old
games? No,
Batman.
this shit after
No.
Batman Arkham and after the they should never be touched again.
No, that was
go
the
back to
best 2D Batman and Spider-Man, man. Well,
No,
No,
it's
it was not.
No,
hold
it's
on,
not.
They should
Wait,
never be
some
touched.
Carnage.
It should be never
Batman
be
all
touched.
right.
Carnage.
yeah, man, all right, maybe Max.
Batman,
But the art
Blackgate.
was ugly as shit.
What's up?
Batman Blackgate for the PS Vita.
Uh,
Best 2D.
Well, yeah, but
Oh,
that's
oh
not
yeah, I
Genesis.
haven't played that one.
Had the same fighting system as the Arkham series.
Oh, Blackgate.
Oh, Blackgate.
It's
sorry.
Blackgate.
I think they should come out with a portable PSP.
Damn.
Shit.
That would be the next miniseries.
Yeah, tiny. You gotta use tweezers to play it.
It's already portable. I know. But anything else that you would like to see them bring out? Because I mean, it's possible they could do it. It's 20 more games.
20 more games.
20 more games.
I'm sure
Works.
more than half.
What do you think will be like the seat, like the
Kid
game
Chameleon.
that you don't think?
Technocom. They better put Kid Chameleon and stuff like
Wait,
that.
say that again. What was
I
the
said, what do you
question?
think a game that you don't think will be on there that might pop on as a surprise?
If you're in the Holyfield's Real Deal Boxing.
Yo, Buster Douglas, man.
That game was ill.
Oh, come on, man.
There will be no 90s licensed games coming out now.
Stop it.
They're not getting paid.
I can assure you there won't be no sports
Sports,
games
son,
coming
no
out.
way.
Nah, man.
No, there'll be no sports. There'll be
Which
no
is fucked
sports.
up.
Nah, they
They
I
were
got
known
one.
for the
They
sports.
need to throw in NHL 94
What
so
do
you
you
can
got,
make
Jake?
Wayne Gretzky bleed.
Sports talk.
What do you got?
Shining in the darkness.
Shining in the Darkness was Genesis, right?
No, it was
Yes.
Genesis.
Was that the first
I thought that
Shining?
was Saturn.
That was a
Oh,
prequel.
No, it was
That was-
Genesis. It's like almost the precursor to Shining Force because Dark Soul is actually introduced,
Yeah, that's right. It is. Technically, it is the first
and it's
Shining
a
game
first
in the series.
person like type
Yeah.
of deal. You don't actually see your character.
Oh,
Mm.
Yo, Pit Fighter.
That might make it.
Just like Shining the Holy Ark.
yo,
Yeah, that was for Saturn, right?
That was for
Pit
Saturday.
Fighter couldn't make it,
Booger
though.
Man.
God.
No, the Superman
You know, I was
for
thinking
Genesis.
about that earlier, to be
Superman
honest.
game for Genesis needs to make a comeback. So that
Superman?
They ain't putting that
Toe,
on.
Jam, and Earl.
Actually,
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
co-sign that. I would
Yeah,
Somebody else
co-sign
already
Toe
announced.
Jam and Earl,
Toe
yeah.
Jam and Earl's announced.
Oh, they did.
They announced Toe
Okay,
Jam
yeah,
for
no,
the first 10,
that's a
absolute
Okay.
epic game.
Strider.
Put the second one on there.
Oh,
Strider.
Strider,
There you go.
Strider.
Strider for
Strider.
Genesis should go on there.
But the arcade version was way better.
Well, I mean, it's the same game. It was 8 meg.
It was awesome though. For
It was the
yeah,
first
it was
8
awesome for Genesis though.
It was the first 8 megabit title.
It was like impossible to die in the first stage.
That's like a teraflop nowadays.
Yeah, that first stage was so fun.
It's so easy.
And it's the only time I remember seeing that freaking Jaguar Panther thing. I never saw him again.
Oh, you gotta get like full like gauge or whatever.
Yeah,
and, like, yeah.
You see the droids and stuff. I never saw the Panther.
The Panther I saw like.
You can definitely get him on the snow stage. You gotta play it enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just suck.
Damn.
You lose it.
Or the Eagle. The Eagle I only seen on the first stage.
But I mean, there's gonna be. I think that's gonna be the best. If it should come with a 6-button controller, so I hope.
That would be great.
What about Last Battle, man? You gotta get Last
Get
Battle
Last
on
Battle
there.
there. Call it Ken Shiro. Fist North Star 2. Get that in there.
No, get rid of all those. All those titles. I
I
don't want to see no first
You
gen
kick
titles.
somebody.
I don't want to see no first gen Genesis ever.
There's Street Fighter 2 Special Edition.
That should be there.
Ooh, Turtles Hyperstone Heist.
That was good.
That was good.
That was
What
very
other
good.
Capcom games should be on there? They haven't really announced many. Oh, if any.
Golden Ghost, right? Golden Ghost?
Ooh.
Ooh,
Yes.
no, that definitely.
Yes.
That was amazing.
Golden
Game.
Ghost
That was one of the only
needs
ones
to
you could
be
beat.
That's true.
You can't beat the one for Super Nintendo or Nintendo.
Okay.
Oh, no, hell no.
The only one you could beat is the one on Genesis.
Yeah,
Capcom wasn't in charge of Disney then, right? It was Sony who made the Mickey Mouse stuff, I think. Sony Interactive.
were they at that? Oh,
I'm so charged for World of Illusion though. That was one of the
That's
best two-player
awesome.
games.
What
That's
about
so
Quackshot?
dope.
Was that Genesis?
Yes.
That was
Five
Genesis.
Shots Genesis also.
That's not gonna make it.
That was
They already got two, so it's
I
not
don't think it'll be.
That was dope too, though.
That was good though.
It was tough as fuck.
It
But I think
reminded
they're
me
going-
of DuckTales.
They're going the 2-player route on a lot of these games.
Good. They need to. They
Yep.
need to. I'm all about that 2-player shit.
I think that the last title they should do was NHL 94.
Yeah.
Or 93. Or
94.
93.
It's 93,
93, 93. Yeah.
If you
Because
could-
94.
If you could
Hill.
play Gretzky, that's the one
That's
that
Exactly.
I think 93 is the one that's like, all right.
If you want a real Genesis experience, you got to have at least an old Madden and an NHL.
Oh, an NBA Live
And
95.
a live, but they're not going to put any sports on there.
That's
Because
all
of
I know.
people. There's too many
If any
people.
though, if any, it's 93 NHL because
Yeah,
that's
that's a
such
Genesis thing.
I don't like hockey. I played that shit just to make
I used
Wayne
to
Gretzky
love
bleed
and
Why just him?
because he bleeds in 2 seconds. You punch him twice, he bleeds. You hit him, he bleeds. He's just a
check him,
bitch.
he just dropped.
But he's one of the best players in the game, so you can knock him
So
out.
at a Sega Fest, why don't we just run it around the clock? What's your best thoughts about Sega Fest, starting with Steph?
That's my best thoughts about it. I mean, I like the titles so far. I mean, as long as they got you get my Shining Force 2 on there. They got
So the mini was your favorite thing.
what's that?
The mini was your favorite thing.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
that's easily my my thing on there. As long as we got the other titles that I'm bitching about, yeah, I'm very happy with it.
What was your favorite thing then? Mini also?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's a good announcement. I mean, you really can't
was
really
good.
beat that.
No
Right.
complaints, really.
Yeah.
It wasn't my favorite announcement. I mean, the Sega Ages is more important to me probably over the long run.
That's me. Sega
Because
Ages.
they're
Gangrel.
expanding. Wait, you let me talk.
Nah, man.
So the way they're enhancing those titles makes it better than just a flat out Genesis to me. Plus, I just recently got the analog Mega SG, which is like a Genesis, like a new one that can actually take cartridges, and I can play all the games off the memory card, and no lag, and it's on the HD, and the music sounds perfect. So I'm not gonna be getting this many because I have all of it already, and it's way better.
Quick question though
Yeah.
on that. They showed that mini, but can you put cartridges in it? Even though it has the
No.
open slot,
No.
how
No.
was it
No,
even mentioned?
It's just,
That's not the mini. It's too small.
it's just for aesthetics.
Yep.
Just for sticks. Okay.
Yeah.
You can still.
What about
chuck
you,
it across
Turbo?
The room.
Game Ground. Sega Ages.
Is that's
You sound constipated when you say
Yes.
that.
The
You know,
Sega
they-
Ages.
Guys,
I love that.
You know, they announced Game Ground at Sega Fest. His favorite announcement was not at Sega Fest.
Game Ground. No, Sega Ages. The Sega Ages brand coming for the Switch. That's the best. That's the best announcement.
$8 though.
That's great, man.
That's expensive.
Yo, we were joking around. We've been waiting to play Game Ground 3
Three
players
players?
for 20 years.
Wow.
20
you can't-
fucking years.
Because on the emulators, I think you might be able to do it on MAME now, but you could never do it on an emulator.
Genesis
Three
was
players.
2 players. Arcade was 3 players.
Sega
Wow.
Ages re-release, 2 players.
I'm
Switch.
fucking stoked for that.
On Switch, we'll do it 3 players.
Stoked.
Go on the channel. How about you?
The mini, because it gives me hope that if it does well, we might get a Saturn mini.
Ah.
Nah, they can't remake those. There's no emulator for that.
Shit.
No, there is. But
We know.
it's
I don't
actually
want them.
not that bad.
I don't want them
It's
to do
not
that
that bad.
because they're gonna cheat me and make a Shining Force 3 exactly the same fucking way. I want a remake. I don't
only
want
gonna-
the same shit.
It's gonna be chapter 1.
So angry.
Dude. If I don't get a remake of that shit before I fucking die, someone's gonna die with me.
James,
Wow.
how about you?
So angry.
Sorry.
How about you for your favorite?
Honestly, for the Sega Fest, honestly, it has to be the mini. With the games that they put out for that, like had a couple of systems that people like, oh yeah, try this. You're always trying to look for an emulator, but like having something small that you could throw in for shits and giggles, like a Shining Force, things like that, it's awesome.
Nice.
Really?
Because like I said,
Many's
the
dope, man.
emulators-
They got the right
emulators-
games so far.
The emulators don't do it right. And for this to be something that's not at games, then can be something classic, actually. Hence the name. But
Wait, did they say Altered Beast or no?
Yes.
Oh,
So-
Rise from the grave.
but to have something that plays it the way that you remember, if this is something that can do it, that's what Genesis fans have been waiting for because the emulators aren't that good.
Rise from the
Seriously.
grave.
Seriously.
So that's
Power up. Power up. Come
All
on.
right, power down because this is going to be the end of the podcast for
Seriously.
tonight, y'all.
We want to thank SSFAME1981, a.k.a. James.
That's right.
Guys,
Thank you,
honestly,
sir.
thank you. It was a pleasure.
We're going to do this
We
again.
appreciate you, bro. We appreciate you.
We have the technology.
Yes.
Wow.
Yo,
So we're
I
now
gotta.
able-
You can throw me on whenever you want. I'm always down.
Excellent.
That's
What if
what's
you're
up.
not even
Only if you buy Fire Emblem. If you don't buy it, you ain't gonna be on ever again.
I really don't want to get Fire Emblem because I'm
Bullshit!
just gonna be
Cut-
better
cut
than
his
you,
feet.
and
I'll
then
lend
you're
it to
just gonna be
you.
angry that
I'll
I'm
lend it
better.
to
Because Michael.
All right.
Cut the feed.
I'll lend it to
Later,
you.
James.
I'm just gonna be better than you. I'm sorry.
Cut the feed.
Next time you're on, we want to hear your impressions on that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want to hear exactly
Or
how you
else-
feel about it.
Or else you're not allowed to be on.
We want to hear.
Why don't we just get impressions when I lay Stallion out in Smash Brothers?
Yeah.
I would like to see you try to
All right, cutting out his mic.
cut his
Until
feet
next
front
time.
of his
There we
house.
go.
Later.
He's
Later,
out.
bro.
He's out.
Thanks.
See you, James. Peace.
Peace.
For everyone else out there, thank you for checking, watching, and or listening to the Level 857 Video Game Podcast. Be sure to follow and or listen to us on Radio Public to show us the most support. But we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Stitcher.com, Podcast.com, TuneIn Radio, Google Music Play. If there is a podcasting service out there, type in Level 857. We're on there. Check out the website, 857ENT.com. You can even stream the podcast on there. Check out all sorts of videos. And for our YouTube channel, especially, follow that. Get us some more subscribers on that. 12 o'clock noon. We gonna be there.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right.
Get
I was
poppin'.
on the breeze.
Get poppin'.
Until next time.
Find us on Smash Buzz.
We out.
Later.
Make it return that game.